Daniil Dubov.
Yeah, it's a big pleasure to be here, and I think I'll probably join Evgeny for the first 2 rounds of the classical tournament as well.
Yeah, so just quickly, who are the players? No? So we have Kramnik playing Tomaszewski in the first. Okay, so it won't be the rating order, but I just want to say, want to name the players. So it's Kramnik versus Tomaszewski, Aronian, Nepomniachtchi, Gelfand, Anand, Svidler, Mamedyarov, Lichau, and Anish Giri. All right, so those 10 gentlemen. Today, as I said, it's a blitz tournament which serves as the pairing. So players organized by their classical rating, in fact.
Yeah.
So it's Kramnik, the highest seed. Tomaszewski means the lowest rated out of those 10.
Probably, I have no idea.
Yeah,
who has
yeah,
the
perhaps,
highest
yeah,
blitz
perhaps.
ratings,
No, but they are arranged in the classical rating.
by classical.
So, yeah,
rating.
because I believe if we are to talk about the blitz rating, it's Jan Nepomniachtchi by a huge margin. Yeah, okay. So, and they have started. We are shown Shahriyar Mamedyarov versus Peter Svidler. Yeah, and as per usual, we don't use the analysis board when it comes to 3+2 blitz, because they're simply not.
We will not have enough time to analyze so seriously.
Anything,
So
but we can see, if Boris would be that kind to remove this, bottle of water, which is a bit of a usual problem there. We would see. I was neither, I believe, but now we are switched to Aronian
And
versus
Nepomniachtchi. So we should probably wait
we're
for
gonna
the camera to
look at
fix on
this
some game, yeah.
An English opening, I believe, and looks like, or could it be? Yeah, perhaps an English opening. I mean, now it looks like, and I would say, the structure, in fact, is
Pretty similar to...
it's kind of reversed English opening, in fact. Right?
Yeah, well, asymmetrical English, yeah, it's also called.
Mhm.
So knight d4.
Knight d4, and usually this knight, which is now is on d7, usually, I think it has to fight for d4 square. So they either play knight e8, c7, e6, which is a little bit long.
Yeah.
Or so this is a little bit.
So Jan switches for the plan with b6,
B6,
bishop, b7,
bishop,
because
B7.
generally I think there are two ways to play the for black.
Bishop e3, bishop b7, and bishop
Bishop
g1. Bishop g1 in order to be able to take on d4, with the
d4
knight.
and go knight e2, yeah.
And all right, f5.
F5,
That's something quite interesting, I have to say.
No, but it's very logical. I think he kind of prevents taking on d4.
Mm-hmm.
Because then c4 comes and then taking on e4 and then black's
All right,
structure
I
is
don't know
good.
if we can. Yeah, I mean, we chose this game because it promised it to be the most entertaining one, but so far it doesn't look that well. Let me check quickly if there is anything
More interesting?
more interesting, so to speak. Nothing really.
But anyway, it's gonna be interesting in
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting closer to
in 2
time.
minutes. Yeah, so
Yeah, it's quite interesting that Kramnik played against Tomaszewski some sort of d4, knight f3, bishop g5. There's nothing of a main line, but yeah, okay.
well, I mean, it's Kramnik's main line, I believe, actually.
So Aronian, we are back to Aronian versus Nepomniachtchi, rook b1 and b4. That's kind of an interesting plan. And
yeah, and it was made by bishop a8, yeah? Just to fight for the
so
b file.
I'm thinking if a5 is the move.
f5?
Kind of.
Then maybe.
I don't know what do I want with a5. That's the other question. No,
Queen d2.
All right.
So somehow it feels like it's much easier for white to find moves, yeah? Just maybe rook f1 or
it's
something.
like, so-called surplus, right? So you don't want to take to make decisions. So you just kind of trying to improve the position. Queen a2, one tricky move. In some positions, white would take on d4. Yeah, and now, for instance, he can take on d4, play knight e2, and with some
And
possibilities
d5
of
will be met, yeah, but c5 check, but he won't.
now. All right.
Yeah, but it's a logical follow-up, yeah? I mean, just...
But look at the clock. It's 1 minute for Aronian and 2:30 for Jan Nepomniachtchi. I mean, this
Yeah,
is what Jan is known for, I believe.
Yeah, sure, but it is also what Levon is known for, because I played
You
him.
mean
I
he
think
spends time,
few
but then
times, yeah,
he's,
and he always spends quite a lot of time in the opening.
But then, I mean, he's also known like being one of the very good, world's best Blitz players, I believe.
And I mean,
He used to be, at least.
I mean, he won World Blitz Championship in like maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago in Moscow.
Right, so A5, BA5, and okay, and then what
BC5, I believe he considers.
BC5 or there is Queen. I thought there is Queen A5 first of all, which is
Sure.
kind of probably a better ending. I don't know. It looked like a better ending. I don't know how do you defend A5 though.
But probably you don't have to, because Rook A1 will come.
Knight A4, and it's actually not about Rook A. Maybe yeah, maybe this.
It's probably about E5 coming, and then
So if knight
then
A4
E5, and then he will probably.
28 seconds for a Ronia. I don't like this bishop on G1 to be honest. I mean, it's not clear.
No, but after E5, actually
E5
everything
and
comes,
then
yeah. So
E5, pawn takes, and knight
and
takes
C5,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
what he does.
looks interesting. Yeah, and then it's a
Bishop
takes.
C5, wow.
This is something a bit surprising.
But it should be
only
pretty
before-
smart, yeah, because the knight on
only
C5
before you
will
realize
be
that,
very
yes,
strong,
after
yes.
Knight takes, then this knight from C5 threatens E6, threatens A6 in some lines. And nicely played. But 22 seconds only.
But I know Jan, he will simply play rook
Rook something.
yes. Yeah.
Rook D8, bishop D6. Well, very, very interesting.
That's how Levon plays, because actually after three minutes of play, he's usually much better in terms of chess, but he's usually much worse in terms of time. Yeah, but what it was? I mean, he touched the pawn, no?
That's interesting, yeah.
No, but he
Nepo
touched.
touched the pawn, and then he has to take the, and then it.
Bishop
which
C7
he,
comes,
well, he
yeah.
simply blundered this one.
But
But
he tried to say something, yeah, like I mean, Naka style, yeah?
it was actually. In fact,
Yes.
It was pretty much Naka style, and
But Levon is also taught by Naka that you should never give up if your opponent.
Bishop C7, and it's like a huge blunder. I mean,
It feels like it's over actually.
knight
To be honest.
C6.
Yes, but then
Takes an exchange and then it's winning. I mean, I thought at some point that black loses the whole rook. Now it's still.
No, but
all right, rook
with the pass C
D8,
pawn, it should be more
yes,
than enough, I
rook
believe.
D8 and yeah,
So simply.
doesn't look like Levon is any worried, to be honest. Knight C5 and
Everything counts, yeah.
well, I wonder if no, I don't believe.
G5, knight H5 will probably fall.
G5.
Ah no, but knight H5 and then bishop E7 comes,
Bishop E7,
and at least
that was not very clever, I have to say. Knight A6, knight D3, and
now C5 maybe, yeah.
C5. Using the
Using the fact, yeah.
Okay, he 14 seconds. Yeah, I was about to say that. Okay, Levon shouldn't be worried. That now, actually, after knight E5, looks like pawn is about to fall. Not immediately, but why not immediately? By the way, knight C4.
I guess he's going to take on a 6, but still it should be very close to a draw.
It is a draw apparently.
Yes, but
knight
actually,
E3 check takes. Yeah.
Yes, but actually the knight on H5, maybe king G6. How to protect the knight?
G4 he has to play.
Yes, takes twice.
And F4.
And F4 is also good
Knight
enough.
B5. So Jan is certainly getting ambitious. I'm checking if there are any results meanwhile.
But I'm not sure about the C4 actually, because
C4 might fall, you mean?
no, I mean I don't see how the F.
So it's a draw between Mamedyarov and Swidler. Meanwhile, all the other games, as far as I see, are in progress.
Still in progress, yeah.
And look, and it's equal now in time. They equal in time. And knight on H5 is not moving still.
Yes, but it's protected. I actually didn't like Jan's F4 idea because
so it was
because
kind of too ambitious, right?
yeah, because
It
anyways,
should be.
the pawn is not going anywhere.
That's actually. Yeah.
No, but rook
Check on
C7, yeah.
Now knight. You cannot play king G6. It's mate in one.
Yeah, it's completely.
Look, now it's
completely
done
lost,
completely.
yeah.
It's winning for white. Check, and then everything comes with a check.
And D7, yeah.
And D7, you can take the whole Yeah, you can take. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was probably a miss by Jan Nepomniachtchi. I'm not sure if it's that important. After all, not to forget, this blitz is played only for a pairing. So that means if you score more than 50%, if you finish in the upper half of a cross
Yes,
table,
sure.
you get an extra white, and that's about it. I
Yeah,
don't know
we,
if there are any prizes in this tournament.
Which is
Well,
pretty important, yeah?
Well, this is
Giri just blundered. And
Kiri just
D2
blundered and
finishes.
he's
D2 was much stronger.
absolutely, well, everything was. Well, there is a bit of a. I thought black is completely winning, but I mean there is. A
No, I mean black.
Black
It is lost, yeah, but I mean.
But yeah, I mean as long as it's a pressure on time.
I guess it's gonna be the longest game actually of
might
the
be,
round.
right? So he's
A5?
A5 and then all right. I mean, white is.
So we should somehow root for Lichao to win it
To win
normally,
it
yeah,
faster,
because
to win it fast. You mean there is
if
a
they
danger
will
of rook and
get, yeah,
bishop, right?
yeah, if they
Actually,
will get
it
this.
looks like he's getting the rook. Nah, this check. I thought rook a2 would be better.
And now
better
bishop
idea.
c5 before, and here we start, yeah.
Yeah, actually that's a fair chance. I don't think. Yeah, check and
Rook
then rook
a2,
a2.
yeah.
Rook a2. That's the way.
a4.
A4, but king a6. Yeah, now just to make sure that he won't exchange.
No,
pawns.
but still before.
Rook there. Rook c4 check, and you can't
And before
prevent, can't
comes,
prevent
no.
b4. Yeah, you can't prevent b4. It
No,
works.
but maybe somehow rook h2, king c3, bishop d8, and then some check from.
Well, you mean to be super tricky.
Yeah.
This and then
3-2, bishop
b3,
e3.
b4
Takes.
Yeah, he's gonna try.
Yes,
He's
but
gonna
here.
try, but against Giri, I'm not sure if it's.
Yes, but
to work.
here it's pretty unpleasant version. No, but after king c2 it's
So
completely
draw
safe.
Anand Gelfand, draw Kramnik Tomaszewski, draw Mamedjarov Svidler.
so Levon is in the
Levon
sole
is,
lead so far.
Yeah, Levon is the solid. Well, what a solid field we have. Look, I mean, it's blitz. And
Yes.
three out of 4 games which are finished are draws. And this is most likely to be a draw as well. I don't know if. I mean, what happens in this kind of situation? Do they count moves or? Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
Lichao is pretty tricky in the same game because I saw his game when he was holding, and he had like maybe 1 minute for 20 moves and some strong opponent
Actually,
D.
what he does, well, it is a bit annoying. I know, but okay. Giri is comfortable enough, it looks. King.
No, but the
there.
smart thing about the same game is that when you're trying to win it, you should make your opponent's king to go to each file, not to the h rank, yeah, but to each file.
To each
'cause
file. I mean, to make him confuse everything.
yes,
So it's partly a joke, of course, because if your opponent knows how to make a draw, then, well, he obviously will.
so he managed to get this
Hey,
famous
it's,
setup.
Yeah, it's
Rook-
almost a Philid opposition, but not precisely.
king
a Philid
h5
opposition.
now,
Yeah,
yes.
then- yeah,
And rook
looks
g4.
like Giri knows it by heart, so to speak.
Actually,
check from a4. Yeah.
Yeah,
check
but
from a4.
it doesn't change much,
change
yeah.
anything, but just a little trick.
Yeah, but I remember a funny story. I was trying to win this position against Vladimir Malakhov, and there was no rule of counting moves in blitz.
So you mean it was blitz and
Yeah, and
he couldn't claim 50 moves.
yes, and I could play forever. And at some point I had to play because the game was pretty important. And at some point I just started counting the laps, you know, like in racing. So e1, h4, d8, a5, e1. The best lap, 20 moves, and so on. So. And finally,
Did you manage?
finally, an arbiter stopped us and told that they're going to finish the tournament today. So
They wanted to finish the tournament
Yeah.
today, so that's for.
they even managed actually.
Well, I remember well. I was a long time ago before this electronic clock and an increment, but in one tournament, namely Ukrainian semi-final in the year of 2000 or so.
Isn't it getting dangerous by the way? Rook
It's
g7.
not. No, come on, it's not.
Is he in time to get to this?
You mean
No,
the
but
same
how?
method, yeah.
He missed the square, no? Rook. Why not rook g5?
No, but I can't see any threat, to be honest. You mean
No, there is no threat, but the setup is king h4 and rook a4, yeah, and
King H6,
When-
King E6, and this is almost.
No, but it's
Isn't it yeah, he couldn't give a check. And now
And
it's
rook
check,
G5?
it's a Philidor.
rook g4.
No, it's,
No, it resigns. No.
no, it's not resolved.
I wanted to say almost immediately. No, it's
No, come on. When it was. It was a Philidor, but I mean,
no,
or
but
not.
I think it's still
No, it's
still very good.
Okay. Now. Come on, now it should be.
It's almost a stalemate already, but
It's almost a stalemate.
Yes.
It's so many ideas. So what I wanted to say before an increment in one single tournament, we had two.
so yeah, Anish asks the arbiter to,
If it's a threefold
or maybe just to start counting moves. I don't know.
50 moves or not. Yeah. So he
Ah,
asked
no,
me,
just-
and it was
yeah.
50 moves. What I was trying to say, I remember a tournament when 2 times a rook beaten rook and bishop in a classical chess.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So they were playing, pushing. At some point, it was not clear who is
Yeah.
better on time, and the flag fell for the stronger side.
So what do we have? Only one decisive game for
We
the
have
first round.
4 draws, yeah, and we hope
So
it gets
the-
better.
The guys are warming up, yeah.
So they're warming up. The only decided game which I've seen between Aronian and Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah, finished in favor
Decided.
of Levon Aronian, and he's in the sole lead after the first round.
So a short break. We are coming back right after. I believe. Well, in few minutes they're going
Yeah,
to start
like
round 2.
3 or 5 minutes, yeah.
Has to be quick. All right.
Pictures of each piece, and the counts by what the fianchetto division is, bad pieces versus good pieces, and several technical moments.
All right. The break was really short, and
And
during
we're
this break,
back,
you know,
yeah.
I've discovered that Peter Swiller, he's not only playing, you know. So we've seen him at Chess 24 at. Well, I believe in a couple of seconds we.
The
gonna
second
get-
round will be started, yeah, so we're...
Yeah, we can get a view on the playing hall. Players are taking sits, and well, as for now, I don't actually see the pairing. Kramnik was white, and he has to be white again. That's what I know.
Yeah,
He has to play with Mamediyarov. That's my guess.
Mhm.
Or might be wrong. Okay, so waiting. I don't know.
but anyway, I don't think we can affect the camera, yeah, so we'll have
Yeah.
to commence
We
the
will
game,
have
we
to-
will be shown, so yeah, just...
Yeah, we're gonna follow the game. Will be shown. Let's think of one. Aronian could be as one of the leaders.
Yes.
Actually, if we had to speculate a little bit, it's Tal Memorial. And whom can we consider out of those players resembling, which is, I mean, the style of great genius Mikhail Tal? It's hard to say, really, but if anyone
Mamediyarov,
comes
maybe
close,
I would say,
it's
yeah.
probably Shahryar Mamediyarov. Well, actually, the game has been started, and we are shown Kramnik versus
Against
I was
Aronian,
wrong.
which
So
is-
it was Kramnik versus Aronian, and that was hard to say what was the opening over there. Looks like could have been some sort of Grunfeld with E3 knight F3, so
Yeah.
anti-Grunfeld something.
Yeah, Kramnik is very tricky in these symmetrical positions. I mean, rook d1, then he's going to take c5 at some point.
Yeah, it's looks precisely symmetrical, but it's not, right? When you face Kramnik, it means he most probably has.
When you face
his
Kramnik,
point.
it actually, I mean, feels like you can lose any position.
Really,
I
and
have
mean,
so-
not by a blunder, but I
Yes,
mean,
just, I mean,
you
just,
play
yeah.
what you for your whole entire life. You thought this is an equal
Yes,
position.
yes,
You
exactly.
face Vladimir, and it turns out
Yes.
it's not precisely equal. He's got some ideas. All right, now what I can see, it can be that Black has some difficulties placing a queen. Queen e7, and then we shall see. Rook c1, and at some point might be some bishop a3, trying to
Make some use of the spin here, and
bishop
since
a3 to try to pin the knight,
So
removing everything from the long diagonal.
so Black could probably match this by a5 and knight
a5
b4.
and jumping knight to
Yes.
b4 in the right moment.
Actually, what about taking on
Some
d4?
knight f4, huh? Isn't it? Oh, well.
Yeah, or maybe takes
It's,
first. Yes,
it's quite
that's
interesting. I mean, if you take first, you almost undersign that
no. But what to do? I mean,
takes and queen g5, or takes knight f4.
knight
first.
f4 maybe. Yeah.
Knight f4, but then c5 is hanging, right? Knight f4.
Yeah, but d4 is also hanging. So I mean, only
It's like
only
if
5.
you have any moves, queen e5 you have.
Yes, but then some.
it's-
I mean,
then
ambitious style. I mean,
queen g5, and this is kind of
pretty solid move in terms of the choice he had actually.
yeah. D to f3, knight
And queen
second
h5
knight f3 and
maybe,
queen
yeah.
h5. Yeah, Black has no trouble at all, it seems. On the other hand, still not sure if.
Facing Kramnik, you never know actually. So
No, but I mean, maybe bishop d4. Maybe Levon just didn't take his time to, to make it sure, because it felt like it could have been
yes, but once
immediately much better for Black.
once again, so far it looks like he's playing pretty fast. But I mean, again, he's a minute down. That's what I was talking about. I mean, he always spends quite a lot of time in the opening.
And can be, an additional factor. On the other hand, you play with Levon, and at some point you cannot keep concentrated on the position. You
Yes.
look at those seconds.
Yes,
you think,
yes,
okay,
exactly.
6, 5, 4.
Yes.
It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall. It's not falling, and he plays pretty. I mean,
And he's extremely strong at
Yeah.
seconds. I mean,
At
when
that
when
point, yeah,
when
well-
he's down to 5 seconds, I mean, just he switches to another mode and. So far, I like his position. Maybe
well, I don't see his position at the moment, to be honest. But yeah,
I don't see as
obviously,
well, but still, I
it didn't-
do.
it didn't
I do
change
like
much. Yeah. So Vladimir
Takes.
decided to take on c5, and
knight b5.
now it feels like it still looks pretty nice for Black, but
But after a6, he's kind of forced to take on d5 because otherwise, knight c3 will come. So a6 takes on d5.
takes
Maybe
on d5 and knight c7. No, what I wanted to say that it can be that this bishop from g7 might not participate.
wow, bishop
No,
e5.
it
I
does
don't.
participate, but no, it's actually.
I didn't
it's
like
very
this bishop
strange. I mean,
e5.
it's very
Yes,
strange.
but
It could be that he thought White cannot take.
yes,
I'm
maybe.
not sure,
Yeah.
but it might have been, just
It's pretty
kind of-
difficult
kind of
to
blackout.
find any other explanation. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's kind of very strange move. You spend the tempo, you give the bishop.
Yes.
It's really strange. But it could have been a blackout that you think bishop e5 and White cannot take because
Yes,
knight is pinned.
yes, maybe. But still, he's kind of okay, I think.
Yeah, black is still fine. Most probably. All right, takes.
Rook takes. Yeah, now takes and maybe just some f3.
Rook
And,
takes. Black will have to take with or not. Actually, Black will have a. Rook d5. Black can take with the pawn. As
yeah,
well.
and then takes on c5. And there
Rook
is
takes c5,
there is a
and
check on
there is
a1.
a check. Queen f1. I don't know. I mean, what will happen? But Kramnik decided he doesn't want to check what will happen in
Yeah,
this
which is
case.
also pretty smart. I guess he wants to get this position with the pawns on
So
f3
rook
and
d1,
d4.
but then queen takes, then there is queen g5 and rook d8.
But
So, yeah.
yeah,
Well, he is tricky, have to say. Still rook d8 looks like a
very natural move actually. But maybe knight
like a
a4
move
comes.
to me. And on knight rook c8. I thought rook d8 on knight a4.
Rook
Black
d2,
would
yeah,
have
or
no,
something.
c4 even.
Ah,
You
even
know,
c4.
c4, because if you take with the rook, it's bishop. I mean, some tricks felt not bad. But now, this is where it gets interesting. Half a minute each. And as we said, Aronian feels pretty confident in this kind of situations, but I'm not sure about Kramnik. And now, with rook on d8, you would have c4. You
Yes.
still have, though. Ah, yeah, you still have. And if rook takes, then rook takes. Pawn takes in some sort of queen a5.
Yes.
Right.
Somehow,
Black can be
somehow it feels like this delayed
black
flight
cannot be worse.
somehow affected Kramnik. Yeah, queen
black
a5.
cannot be worse.
No, but
Then
black
if-
is much better. I mean, in
Should
fact,
be. Huh?
yeah,
Queen
no,
a5,
yes,
queen
bishop
d1,
c6.
bishop c6, and collect on a2.
yeah, which will.
Right. So it feels like it's white who has to be. Well, white definitely has to be careful. Isn't it a sort of perpetual?
No, but even f6 works.
f6.
Yes, but then maybe
there-
just some
there are also-
luft, and
Yeah, there
probably.
are some backrank threats. This he decided not to play. This is a bit surprising, I have to say. This is a bit surprising, and alright, so we are back to.
Is he
We
al-
still have
is he already trying to hold his +1? Or what?
not sure. All right, this is something interesting. This is
We are showing game between Nepo and Anand, yeah? I
Anand?
guess.
Yes,
So,
with
As usual, Jan.
equal material, but
As
Jan-
usual, Jan is trying to get something from nothing here. Takes, and king f8, yeah?
Well, he has one opponent. I don't know.
No,
if
but
that was, if that was
rook
logical,
d3?
it still has to be absolutely drawish, I have to say. But he's one pawn at least. Rook b2, activating the rook first, and then rook b3, and there is no discovery. Rook a3. Well,
I'm already.
now at some point, if white gets everything defended, he can torture black for ages in this kind of position.
I'm already kind of confused by the possibility of getting the same endgame. So
You mean rook and bishop
yes.
once again? It is a bit.
but
of
with the opposite color bishops,
it is a bit of a threat.
it's yeah less likely.
And Jan, I don't know if he forgot about this, but yeah, this is a well-known idea. That's nice. And king comes to h8, and this is just a draw.
Yes, but there is a trick, I believe, because with the bishop on f5 and
no, come on, there isn't
small.
there isn't any trick.
No, but there is small trick.
No, you mean a stalemate, but then I play g4.
No, I actually managed to lose such position once. King f7, and now with the bishop on f5, you cannot go to h6, I believe, because king j8 finishes.
But the trick is to keep the king in the corner. Yeah, you can stalemate the king, but after g4, either you take with the bishop, there is no stalemate, but
Yes,
the
so
pawn remains the wrong pawn on h file, or yeah, there will be a stalemate. So I don't even know the results this
yes.
time. So I believe, well, what we've seen, Kramnik was a draw, Anand Nepomniachtchi was a draw, and I'm not sure about the other results. Well, let's go for a short break, and we can actually...
At least we
have.
will try to find results. Yeah?
Tomaszewski won against Li Chao. Yeah, I found out. Draw Swidler versus... it was a draw Swidler versus... I can see... Who was Swidler's opponent?
Giri maybe.
Mohamed Yarov won against Gelfand, and Giri Swidler was a draw. Swidler Giri. So what do we have? +1 is Tomaszewski, Mohamed Yarov, Swidler, a lot of people.
Yes.
And nobody's on +2 because Aronian did not win.
Yes, exactly.
Right. So everyone who's on +2 fighting for an extra white game in the classical tournament, which starts, by the way, tomorrow, 3 p.m. Moscow time. Do not miss it. We go for a couple of minutes at break. And
Or even
right
less,
back.
actually.
And
We
back
don't
right
know.
after for round number 3.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Wasn't a long break, and
Yeah,
there was
so,
no ads because we've thought that players already seated, and we are starting round number 3.
So our breaks are getting shorter and shorter with every round.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. We started with a little bit of a delay, so
Yeah.
we're gonna finish early at least. Well, Levon Aronian plays with Tomaszewski.
Yes, that was very funny because it's already round 2 and Kramnik finally
Kramnik-
shaked hands of Svidler and Lichal.
Ah, yeah,
Maybe he didn't have such a possibility before, yeah?
Kramnik was pretty. Yeah, he came late, but it wasn't his fault as far as I know. He had, and someone is.
So
Levon Aronian is a little bit late, but and okay, there is no zero tolerance, I believe. So maybe, I mean, it's hard to say because it's half friendly tournament, I believe. this
kind
Blitz.
of, yeah.
So I'm not quite sure if they will be that strict with the rules.
So we're shown game
Yeah, that's
between
one of
Anand and
I
Kramnik
can
so
say
far.
El Clasico, right? Anand Kramnik. They played. I don't know how many games they played, but it must have been
Quite a lot, I believe.
Really
Yes.
a lot. Yeah. So Gioco Piano, which is new rule opus nowadays.
Yes, and
Right.
it's Anand's favorite line, I think. At least
A4 knight goes to A3 and C2 later.
yeah, at least in
It's
some
so
rapids.
confusing for someone who has no idea as much as I do in this position. So I really, well, I mean, all the main moves are clear, right? I mean, you can play B4, A5, you can do what Anand does now, Rook E1, sometime 92, Rook E1.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know all the moves, but I can never realize what's
Yeah,
White's
I mean-
idea actually.
Yes,
So
actually, I mean, to explain why, for instance, this plan is more clever than the usual knight BD2, Rook
yes,
E1, knight
yeah,
F1. You never
exactly.
know. Well, but somehow, time after time, White manages to get something. C4 preventing D5 finally, and Anand plays.
And then B5 comes, yeah.
And then B5, and all of a sudden some sort of English
Opening, yeah,
stu-
at the queen
structure.
side, yeah.
At queen side, with, yeah, and I must say it looks like black is a little bit not in, well, not fully in time, let's say. Yeah, but C6, yeah, maybe C6 is good. Rook E1, knight G6, Kramnik will, yeah, it's a question if you can prevent D5, or maybe you don't have to. Queen D7,
Maybe just queen B3 or rook B1.
something to prepare B5. Yeah.
Yeah, but somehow
Rook B1.
maybe after queen D7 at some point there will be an idea of knight H5, knight F4.
Yeah, that's actually, if you look at black setup, yeah, it looks, well, at first glance it looks harmless, but you correctly pointed out that if knight H5 and knight F4 comes one day,
Yes.
it can be pretty dangerous. Okay, so I'll check meanwhile if there are any other. Practically the same line was played in Aronian versus Tomaszewski, with the difference that Tomaszewski reacted A7, A5. So I don't know if it will get interesting. Mamedjarov versus Nepomniachtchi, long theoretical line of Grunfeld.
So B5 finally came, and and D5, and he's going to exchange everything.
Well, yeah. Now,
I don't know if he will manage to, but
actually, honestly, it looks like White has to be a little bit careful not to get worse.
really, yeah, I don't know. I mean,
know. Okay, knight on F5 is not, or maybe no one has to be careful. I mean, now, for instance, okay.
I don't know. I mean,
takes-
I always feel like nobody has to be careful, but then
you mean that say it's super safe.
yeah,
For
for
both
both
sides.
sides, yes, exactly. But you never know.
Yeah, knight on G6 is not.
I
the
would
best
prefer
move.
to play white actually, because I mean, if you somehow pass, then maybe C5 and knight D6 comes, and
So
then
takes.
so is queen
Well,
is the
queen
in-game
D3,
after
that's
queen
the
D3
kind
completely
of
safe.
question, yeah,
So
queen D3,
takes
if
and
it's
king G2.
Super safe for king G2, right? Knight H5. Knight H5 with the idea to. I don't know if it's an idea. I thought knight H5, knight F4. It could have been sort of, perpetual.
But he
Threat.
blundered. Yeah, after rook B6, somehow you cannot take C4 due to knight D6 attacking both rooks. So Rook is six, but
then you mean it might be no. There is no idea on last rank. I thought like priggy both rooks to the last rank,
Maybe
But knight for-
rook b7 so far. Maybe 7th rank actually is weaker.
Yeah, I thought of some brilliant stuff like h4, rook h1, knight
Yeah.
g5, but
Yeah, and
it hardly
as,
works.
as they are playing in the museum of impressionism, maybe knight h8. Yes, that's
knight
it.
h8, defending,
exactly
yeah,
what I wanted
defending
to,
on
yeah.
f7. That's nice. Now you need a second rook. No. Now actually you probably
now,
you probably need to defend the pawn.
Yes,
also.
exactly.
Probably you need to.
Maybe some h4, knight g5. Yeah, but this will never
Well,
work. Or
it's
what?
too much. Well, it's too much. And I don't see mate after all that. Actually, is there a way to defend the pawn? That's not easy. Well, it looked. I mean, it kind of looks like
Rook
table-
before,
ta-
maybe.
table-
Yeah, but this is very. I mean,
Rook before.
it is not the kind of
backwards,
move you want to play actually.
Right. So what do we have?
Have,
on the other. I mean, so many interesting positions.
Some fascinating
messing-
fight here in Giri versus
Giri
Gelfand.
Gelfand, yeah, nobody knows what's going on here.
Rook e7.
Okay, rook e7. What's that? Aha, an attempt to take on e5, but
It's just a draw
Wait.
actually. Takes on c4, takes on e5, takes on e4, then takes
so
and
an
takes on
attempt to
c6.
liquidate. In fact.
Yeah, and just to exchange everything.
Well, if rook takes c4,
I mean, pretty same. Maybe takes on e5 even.
takes on e5 without
Yeah.
trying it.
It's pretty nice. And then if you take on e4, takes and knight takes c6. Yeah. And
So, and now you're kind of forced. You actually have. Wait, if black takes on c4 and c6 is hanging.
Yeah.
This is. And so it was just a. They agreed a draw with still funny looking knight on h8.
yeah.
So we are switched immediately to Giri versus Gelfand, which is quite interesting.
So we weren't very lucky to choose the first game of our life. Yeah, but probably
well, it
we'll.
was, let's.
So what's
What's-
going on?
what's- what's going on? It was
We need few
Grunfeld?
seconds just to realize.
It was Grunfeld and it.
No, but I guess it was Sicilian
Yeah,
actually.
pardon. No,
Some
it wasn't Grunfeld. It
yeah,
was
some
Neidorf,
Neidorf. Yeah,
right.
with bishop e3.
Bishop e3, Neidorf, right. Both kings are uncastled, both rooks are.
It's pretty difficult to estimate position, but I guess it's much easier to play black here. So just bishop f6, h3, h3 at some point. Yeah.
Bishop f6, a3. Yeah, I mean it's really the question who's gonna get the king first. I mean into. Here we have what Mamedyarov probably beating Nepomniachtchi, or it was
And moving to +2.
I'm checking. Mamedyarov won against Jan Nepomniachtchi, right?
Bishop g1.
What a move! Bishop g1 with the idea of rook h3 and develop the rook that way. Well, this is what.
So I mean,
This is what I can imagine.
Knight h8 from Kramnik, bishop g1 from Giri.
Then
What
something like
what do we have to expect in the next rounds?
Knight d6, queen c6.
Bishop
Rook
knight
has to be
e4.
developed from h5 somehow. I mean, this is the feeling. f3 and rook h5. Bravo. And rook to d5.
Or even a5.
Or even a5, yeah, which is not a bad move. Rook d5 first. And it was actually black to develop the rook first. I hope Boris will not lose on time. I mean, which.
I don't think he
yeah,
will. I
plus-
mean,
yeah,
actually,
okay, 10 seconds each. In fact, no, but it looked like he went shaky at some point.
Yeah,
they
but now
repeat moves. Yeah, so we are once again unlucky with this. Yeah, it's just. No, but nobody offers. Yeah, it was a draw. It's a very.
But nobody
very
wanted
interesting
to offer,
position.
yeah?
I mean, it was.
so and
really-
we are
so
left with only one
only
game
one
in
game,
progress. Yeah.
So 2 draws. Mamedyarov won. Peter Swidler was a draw against Li Chao, and we are left with only one game.
Which is actually a
Slow positional, huh?
clash of leaders. No, but I mean slow positional, but
with an extra
wha-
exchange for white,
yeah, but white
for
is still
which-
worse probably.
for which black has some sort of compensation.
And the pawn.
Really? So it's a
Compensation
pawn,
and
it's
the
a pawn and
pawn.
some squares. I don't really think white is worse, but yeah, hard to believe if white is better. Looks now that he improved, and I think if it comes to this playing on increment.
So now
I believe
I like
Aronian is a
I
huge
like
favorite,
white.
you know.
Yeah, now I like white.
Aronian is a huge favorite when it comes to playing on increment. I must say Aronian is a huge favorite here.
So in this round, Mamediyarov,
look,
yeah,
some repetition, but no.
no, but he
Looks
will
like
never.
Levon wants to play.
He will never
Even
repeat.
though, I don't understand. Yeah,
Rook
it's
e6.
either clever tactics or he blundered this one. Knight g7 and king h2. Then he's planning to capture on e5.
I guess he's still better.
And
But
then
here
check from d1. Check from
and
d1 and no. I
and
don't know.
then somehow to attack the
to
h pawn.
take
Yeah,
an h pawn and try to run forward.
yeah,
I'm
maybe.
not sure what's going on here.
So we managed to get the results. So in this round, Mamediyarov managed to beat Nepomniachtchi, and all the other games are drawn so far.
Yeah, look, now Aronian is winning. I think he simply wins the knight. He simply wins
Rook
the knight.
rook e7,
B5.
rook
Ah,
e7,
yeah,
or even
B5.
b5.
b5, but then okay. That and then h4, rook c4. What's Yeah, I mean he's still winning, but
I'm not
now
sure.
it's
I'm not sure white is
objectively
better
you-
actually. I mean,
Really?
no, but the pawn comes. No, e3.
no, I thought he.
I don't know. Rook
I
c5.
can say he's winning, of course, but you can't lose this one with white. Or you can.
No, I mean
Rook d5. What's that? Rook d5.
he was going
Something
to.
very strange, I have to say.
Yeah, and now
This is something
Evgeny
very
blundered
strange.
finally.
So-
Evgeny blundered. Yeah.
and he simply resigns. So
Mhm.
Aronian moves on +2.
And so does Mamediyarov. Yes.
So it's 2.5 for Aronian and Mamediyarov, +1 for. I don't know if there is anyone.
For quite a lot of people, I believe.
There are
for-
some people.
for Swidler-
Swidler was on +1. Gelfand on +1. Yeah.
No,
Or
Gelfand
some- Gelfand's
50%. Yeah, now he's on -1. Yeah.
Who is the? So we have Mamediyarov and Aronian as the leaders. We have
Some people on +1.
+1 and Jan Nepomniachtchi, who we claim to be the highest rated in the Blitz.
He's not doing very well so
He's not
far.
doing
Yeah.
very well. Actually, he's on -2.
Yes,
Is it?
but I mean,
Okay.
all the
because-
players are very strong actually, and probably Jan will
Yeah,
do
but
better
it's
in
such
the
a thing,
following
really. I mean,
rounds.
out of 3 rounds, you don't judge too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So a couple of minutes, and we are back on round 4, Tal Memorial. Stay tuned. All right, we are not given any time to have rest. As you see, they've started quickly. Round number 4. What's that?
It's definitely Kramnik, yeah, because only one guy can play this line.
So it's Kramnik with white against Mamediyarov. It's one of the leaders. And Kramnik so far with 3 draws, right?
Yeah, look like
Okay.
e5, e4. It's some kind of seer, I believe. I have.
Yeah, it's sort of.
I've seen this position many times before.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No. Well, actually, now you're getting a line which, well, I used to play on a couple of occasions with colors reversed. I mean, there is the line in reti for white when you play, I mean, knight f3, g3, bishop
yeah,
g2, and then
uh-huh.
d4, knight d2,
Yeah.
opting for e4. So
Yeah,
if
but
you
the
imagine
thing-
the position
yeah.
with colored
It's
reversed,
pretty same, yeah, but I don't think the tempo really matters here.
yeah, in a sense, then in both cases it's kind of equal position.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter
exactly.
if it was played with white or with black. But Kramnik is really well prepared, as you can see. Queen e7, and this caught him by surprise a bit.
It's kind of
Queen b3.
psychological, work. 'Cause white is waiting for black to play e4, and black is trying to play all the natural and useful moves.
Well,
besides
the
E4.
question is if E4 is such a bad idea. I mean,
Yeah, exactly,
I'm
but-
not sure at all, but yeah, if someone like Kramnik offers you, I mean, invites you to play E4, you would suspect, I mean,
something
this
is wrong
something
here with
really
E4,
wrong,
yeah.
even though it might be nothing wrong. In fact, eventually,
I can't say actually I like this queen e6 idea, because even taking on e5,
Yeah, takes on
followed by
E5,
bishop f4 and c4, for instance.
yeah, if white opens up, it might be that he's actually better suited for this opening of a center. Knight e5, queen e5, and knight
Knight
f3,
f3.
and then c4, which is also... yeah, now black has to be careful retreating the queen when not so many... Well, actually, I don't see favorable squares.
Only
Queen e7,
seven, yeah.
but then you don't have knight e4. I mean, that's the kind of a problem, because c4,
Yes, but I don't
you wouldn't
think
mind to
you're-
play knight e4, but
You need it that much.
bishop e6 and, well, quite Kramnikian, something like rook fd1, you know, or what else, knight d4, trying to get the bishop.
Yes, but then takes on c5.
Yeah.
I think black managed to solve his opening problems.
Maybe he, well, I don't know, maybe
I mean,
he never had, maybe,
Yeah,
opening problems, but, you know, just a question if...
but now he definitely doesn't have so.
So takes,
Takes.
then rook takes, probably.
And some, I don't
Or-
know, h6, rook d8, any move.
Yeah,
It
shouldn't
looks
be...
very comfortable for black. I would,
Actually consider to
Yeah,
pick black.
yes,
if
exactly, I mean-
it's about if you have to pick one side.
being white, I would, yeah, probably started to think about equalizing somehow.
Bishop h4 on the other hand. I mean, you cannot play g5 that comfortably.
Yeah, I only need to move my knight from f6, and
What
then
I
I'll
have to say,
probably...
nothing looks like, well, you know, in spirit of Michael Tal that so far. I mean, not the most exciting.
But probably
game. Maybe we are,
just
wrong
missing
with
the
our...
moves, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Nepo plays a very interesting game against Giri, but we cannot see it here. Oh, okay, maybe it will get interesting. In fact, so I don't honestly. If you ask me why Kramnik can be better here, I have no answer to this one.
Yeah, but I believe you have few ideas why Mamedov can be better here.
E4.
Yeah, probably that's his answer, actually.
That's the answer, because
Yes.
Kramnik is planning to take this pawn on a5.
No,
right?
but even rook e5 is good enough, I believe.
Yeah, but Shahryar doesn't look like a, well.
Yeah, rook e5. Then maybe some bishop g5 followed by f5 or even something
now
else.
f4 is sort of a threat, right?
Even b5 is interesting at any move.
b5 anytime, right?
Anytime, yeah.
Rook c6, ba4, and a mess
Followed by
starts.
queen
yeah,
b4 at some point, attacking
Yeah,
the rook
looks-
on a1.
actually, a lot of things hanging for white as well after b5.
Yeah, but it's kind of too many possibilities for Shahryar, which is
I mean,
one of the most dangerous things when you're playing Kramnik, actually, because he somehow just plays. And,
g5, and this is well, I don't know. I mean, not that I'm a big fan of this kind
this
of.
is either
this kind of
very
it-
strong or
Yeah, it can be very strong
yeah.
or a very bad move
Yeah,
indeed.
exactly.
No, I just sort of white playing knight d4 and knight f5, but maybe Mamedov have seen everything. That's why rook e3, by the way. So on rook, well, okay. Next, knight d4, if rook e4, knight f5, and there is no rook e1 with check. If
Yeah,
if you get what I
exactly.
mean, but I mean, yeah. Who is 40 seconds for Mamedov. So I'm checking Aronen meantime if I can find what
So
has
the game between
happened.
Michał and
No, it was
it's
last
previous
round. Yeah.
uh-huh.
So Tomaszewski plays with Swidler, something quite sharp. No, it's, I know, not sharp anymore, but looks roughly
Not that
equal
sharp, I
instead.
would say, yeah.
Giri, не помню, she was Giri. This one is sharp. Looked like Nepo had better position, not
But
anymore.
our games is
Our game is actually getting
pretty hot, yeah, because I don't know.
rook e4. If you can take rook e4 or not, that's the
Yes, he's probably
what
going
he's
to take c6 or go to f5.
rook e4.
But even taking c6 is enough in terms of getting some edge.
Knight c6.
And he
Did
will probably take
rook
e3.
c4, but then queen c4, right?
Yes, exactly. I thought he's going to take.
Or alternatively, he can take e7, e8, and a5 and then rook b2, and it's just equal. Maybe black is better. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
it has
taking
to-
on c4
has to take on
also
c4.
doesn't
Oh, you think it's
doesn't
not
promise
better?
much, yeah? Because I mean, the pawn on
Queen-
b2 will be
Queen
hanging.
d7 or something.
Yeah, queen d7 takes on e8, takes on e5, then
Some
maybe b6 and
check.
bishop takes b2, and then
Queen
probably
c4, queen d7,
yes takes
rook e8,
takes
queen e8, and if you take a5, there is a check from a1. This is what I think.
Ah, this is also
so
very
maybe
smart,
it's
yeah.
even actually, if you go to this line, then after look queen d7, then if you take on e8, the knight is trapped. That's funny. I mean you
No,
will
but
have to play knight d4.
Knight d4 works probably.
Yeah, it works, but I mean white is by no means better in this line. Knight d4, check from e1, check from e1, and then black is winning again. Yes, knight is trapped.
So only
Black
knight
is
a7.
winning. Knight
Only
a7.
knight a7.
Wow,
yeah.
knight a7.
Unbelievable.
That's
yeah.
the move. Funny, which might be still bad, by the way. But yeah, credit to Kramnik to find this one, of course. Bishop b2, knight b5. Well, black is pawn up, but this will be hard to win then.
It's gonna be very
Check.
very long game.
Well, check over there.
Hmm.
Queen e6. I think it's a nice,
I'm not
nice
sure.
idea. I mean,
I'm not sure. Yeah.
nobody's sure if
and
it's winning. Yeah,
and king gives 3. I'm not sure actually.
if
There
black is better.
There is a single chance. Yeah, actually. So.
If black is better at all.
But what
who's-
about
who's
Kramnik's
better?
knight
Who's better?
c4?
Who's better? Knight c4, bishop c3. Now, I mean, well, it might be that. It's a good question. Who's playing for a win? Well,
Yeah, but with the
that's
king on
surprising.
e5, it
e3 was
should be.
surprising idea.
Yes.
So now I think it's Kramnik who is looking to finish the game in a draw. King c5 is coming, I have to say.
Yes, and
King c5 and
Is he
king
going to-
b4.
is he going to take e6 somehow? Knight f8 maybe.
Yeah, he has to take e6 and he has to take a5 and then use the same motive by running with the king to h1. I mean,
Yeah, but
this is how he can save the game.
Yeah, but this means he needs like 5 temples or something. So
Yeah, but I don't think white
takes
takes and then
king b something.
king
here,
b4,
then
f5, f6.
bishop c3.
Who's gonna stop? Bishop f6
It takes and h3
and takes
Ah,
and
no, but
a3
it's,
and you can't be sure if
what?
what's that? Wow, this is something.
But taking would win immediately, I
come on.
believe, or not?
Come on.
King
No,
c3.
Mamediyarov is winning completely.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
King-
king d5? I didn't realize. What
No, but
was
king
wrong with
c3 is good
d5?
as well. I mean.
Queen and
Mm,
check and takes the knight.
And
yes.
he managed to create some problems.
Did he? Okay, check on g2, king h6, but now it's
No, it's completely lost.
it's
yeah.
winning. Yeah, with pawn on h4, by the way, it would have been a draw.
Yeah.
Just to because with pawn on h4 you would not get this kind of position. Yeah, h4.
So king d6, h5, queen g5. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's a low one.
Or yeah.
Or yeah. Now, well, it was a tense game. So Mamediyarov
Yarov moves to
probably
+3, which
extends
is-
his
yeah.
lead. It feels like.
Boris Gelfand managed to get to 50%, beating Li Chao.
So Gelfand beat Li Chao. Tomaszewski won against Swidler, so a
Swidler.
lot of blood we've seen. Nepomniachtchi won against Giri. And Anand with Aronian was a draw.
Yeah.
So probably one of the
So unlike in the previous round, only one game drawn.
only one draw instead. Yeah, so a lot of results. That after all they realize it's a blitz.
Yeah.
All right. Will we have one day? It was round 4, right? So we have Mamediyarov on 3.5. I guess after round 5, by round 5, most likely we're gonna have a little bit longer break.
A little bit longer than 30 seconds. Yeah. You
Better
mean?
than yeah. It's better to have it a bit longer than 30 seconds. But no, I mean players would also, I believe, kind of liked it.
Wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Wouldn't mind a short break. So what? Yeah, I think they just take seats. So we don't go for any sort.
They're not going anywhere actually, which is pretty.
Because I mean the program of the opening ceremony was including this blitz as the pairing, and then I think it's gonna be a sort of
Some another official stuff. Yeah.
some official part afterwards. So therefore, obviously, they have to finish this one as soon as possible. So we have after 4 rounds,
So probably
Mamedyarov
they could make a deal even, yeah. So
Li Chao is on 1 point only. 1.5 for Nepo, Giri, Swidler, and Kramnik. Swidler, it means Swidler
is it -1 or?
is on -1. I can't. Yeah,
But Jan
that's
lost
weird.
twice, I believe, no?
Jan lost twice, and now he has beaten Giri. All right, so Nepo,
yeah,
Giri,
okay.
Swidler, and Kramnik on 1.5, on -1. 50% for Gelfand and Anand. The guys who played the World Championship match here in Moscow, 2012.
So
then
+1 for
plus
Evgeny
1 for Evgeny
Tomashevsky.
Tomashevsky, current Russian champion.
Yeah.
Still,
Still,
because
yeah.
Russian Super Final will start in a couple of weeks
Yeah, and he will
Or-
try to extend,
to actually
defend his
the
title,
title. Right, Aronian is on 3 out of 4, and Mamedyarov, the guys who are playing each other, Mamedyarov is white, 3.5 for Shahryar Mamedyarov, just half a point less for Aronian. And, you know, I'm saying this in such a manner that someone can think they play for something extremely important. Not to forget, it's just a pairing, so
Yeah.
namely, you are fighting for one extra white game in a classical chess.
And as I know, they don't even have any other prizes, yeah? Just
Well, that's-
only
we can only
one
guess.
white game,
That we can only guess, but anyway, that's a nice feature to have this. It gets more and more popular, and I think it's a nice feature to get this a pairing for a super tournament as the
Yeah, it's probably
as the prize
as the most spectacular way to
to have a pairing, right?
Yeah, to draw the pairing.
So obviously we're gonna look at those two. Is it? Yeah, I have difficulties naming it. This particular line. Anand played this one 3 times, I believe, in Moscow
yeah.
Candidates. B5, knight B5. It's all been played.
yeah,
Check on
Carlson also
D4.
plays this line.
Carlson played. I believe this very position was one of the first games I've seen. Was one of the players there, Boris Gelfand, who ended Aeroflot Open this year in, well, beginning of March it was.
Yeah,
And he played this against Boris Grachev, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the last round, in fact. Very long game.
No, definitely not. I mean,
Not.
he was white against Grachov, yeah,
Yeah.
and
right.
he managed to
He won this
get the
game.
advantage here and
He won this game, but
to win the
later
game
on, I'm sure it was Aronian versus Anand in candidates, but I'm not sure who had.
Aronian was white, I believe.
Aronian was white.
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
Aronian was white. Okay, what we have here? About to get. Well, looks like it's.
No, but it is.
I'm not sure if it's a preparation of Mamedyarov, but he looks super confident playing.
No, but
this
it's a
shit.
position that was played already many times. I believe.
Really? So Castle, but Levon he spent almost a minute out of 3. So
Yeah,
this
but
is
once again, I'll say this, yeah, because he's known.
He's known, yeah.
known for that, yeah.
So Castle now it's important for White not to castle automatically, because then you drop the bishop on c4, which could have been taken because of check from a4. So bishop e2. If you ask me, I don't see. Well, yeah, I must see the reason why White can be better. White has an extra pawn.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, that's
the only
kind of
reason.
forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good reason. Kind of forgot about that. Knight d5, g3. So White wants to capitalize, in fact, on his extra pawn. Still hard to imagine, honestly. And
now
particularly
he'll
in Blitz,
castle,
you know.
finally.
Yeah, castle. Then takes on c3. Levon even doesn't want to keep the bishops. He's pretty much satisfied with the
Yeah, but
initiative.
this is a very ambitious choice. Maybe, queen d2.
Queen d2, some bishop b.
He should simply finish the development. Yeah, maybe even taking on d4 and
Takes on d4 this moment.
and bishop b7 then. Because I'm wondering if c4 is any kind of a threat. Aha, now it is not, because c4 will be made by.
Rook
Knight
d1
b4 at some
and
point.
what's yeah, I mean they're playing very tricky. To some it might seem like okay, they are playing
Random
developing
moves, yeah.
moves, yes, this,
Random
that.
natural moves,
behind
yeah.
every natural move, when those two guys are playing, it's a lot of tactics, short tactics calculated.
Yeah.
So if he goes this, I go this, I trick him this way, that
Yeah.
way. Yeah, all right. Yeah, anything else? Who is on third spot? Tomaszewski has tough task playing with Arnold with black, so
And
it'll
something
be
went wrong
interesting.
for him.
Looks
I
like
believe,
it
yeah.
something went wrong. We're still gonna be concentrated there. Shahryar, look, I mean, now I don't see how black is planning to win the pawn back. I mean, he's not planning to win the pawn back at all. How he's planning to get the compensation? C4. Now if you take on d2, then rook takes. It's just, well, probably much better. I don't know if.
No, I don't think it's that bad, but I mean it's definitely very
knight
pleasant.
b4.
Very pleasant
Yeah, so
for
he
white.
went knight b4 at least.
What about a3 now?
a3.
Queen takes e3
Probably
is kind
queen
of
A3.
forced. Rook a1, queen b3,
Rook
b1,
a1.
queen
I mean,
c2.
it can be that he's planning some queen sacrifice. Can it? Or it's too much. I mean, for blitz, queen takes a3, rook a1.
No, but
Okay,
actually
we're probably gonna see this on the board.
he's not forced to, I believe. Just queen b3 and queen c2 works
Right.
somehow,
Right.
which is pretty strange for me, but
Could be.
probably
Yeah, could be. I mean,
probably it does
it's
work.
an
Yeah.
interesting tactical trick, but probably it does work. So black will always have intermediate. Well, it looks so.
Yes, but
We have
then
already spent half a
then
minute.
then Levon is probably okay if a2 is hanging. Then I mean,
Maybe c4 in fact was a little bit too hasty. Now they are equal on time. Shahryar at some stage he had
rook c2
almost
or what?
rook c3 perhaps, defending f3. No, rook b1, which is
It's very difficult
kind of
to guess.
mysterious. It was kind of mysterious move. So what's planned? Bishop f3, rook d4, probably sacrificing a queen, right?
Yeah, but I don't
mean, for
think it
two
leads
rooks.
to.
For two rooks, but
But is white better there?
bishop e4. Come on, bishop e4. So first
Maybe
a3,
rook,
a3 now.
rook
No?
b2.
No, rook b2. Rook b2 once again. Now black can kind of take f3, take d4, which I'm not sure is the right idea.
Actually,
but
all the moves are looking good. 'cause
a lot of other
for instance,
moves.
queen is3. I mean,
Queen a3
what's
is
white's
there,
next
rook
move?
B. I mean, even rook a2 somewhere, c8, b8. It's a very good question. What
Yeah.
white is planning to do? Queen a3,
Three, yeah.
right? So threatening. Wait, can I play rook b3?
Yes, takes a2.
Rook b3, queen a2, rook takes b4, and I don't know what's going on. Queen d2, knight d2, rook b3. Okay, he went for it. Queen
And,
a2, and now it's gonna be quite interesting. Rook b4, black will have to take on d2, right?
And then
Knight d2.
at the very at the very least,
Knight d2, and then black can
go some bishop c2, right?
bishop c2 or rook d4. I mean, it's so many of those possibilities. And even if he's simply okay, now we shall see this. I don't see any other.
Yeah,
moves,
he's kind of
honestly.
forced to
For
go
white,
for
I
this
mean, okay.
anyway. Yeah.
Or queen anywhere else. No, I don't believe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of you have to go for it with white. Rook b2 back, but no, I mean you don't play this.
Yeah,
with-
and he's left with
takes a2. This I didn't. Well, it makes sense in fact because knight on a2 is a little bit, you know.
yes, but he is just lost, no? Bishop e2,
Bishop e2, knight
c1, and I don't
king
see.
g2,
Yes, but still.
bishop e2. He can play.
Rook is3.
No,
Wow.
I mean, Mamidjarov is super tricky. Look, with 3 seconds he did.
Yes.
I mean, with 1 second he did this. He did this with 1 second.
No, but still he's much worse, I believe. Even knight b4,
with-
followed by a5.
Yeah, now it looks like black is fully in control. Knight b4, a5, bishop e4.
And now he will probably just take and
Hard
push
to
the a pawn, yeah?
say- Hard to say if he's worse though, because it's when you take c5, you get the pawn back. Now I believe white is actually out of trouble. White is out of trouble. Oh, rook to d7, knight to e5. I shouldn't lose this one. Check and knight e5, and it might. Oh, rook d7 first. Actually, it's Mamidjarov who's gonna play. I mean, I'm changing obviously.
Knight d4, yeah.
Knight d4 now. Now it's
Very good
now it is
for
actually-
Mamidjarov, it seems.
Might be lost.
3, 2,
I mean,
1,
e5,
move.
knight
Knight e6
here,
takes.
f5, play f5. No, he takes first and takes the other one, which is also quite nice.
Should be lost, yeah.
Should
but
be lost.
But not that
Attacking
simple.
the knight, e4.
Yeah, I mean it's never
Now
easy.
Rook C2. Now Rook C2 is the threat, right? So Rook
Yeah, it's never
D4,
easy
Rook
against these
C2
guys.
Takes. Yeah, I mean both of them are super tricky.
Knight F2
That's
maybe,
the
yeah.
Knight F2.
And Knight
but
G4.
where is the discovery? Knight G4, King F3.
And then the king is marching to F5
Yeah,
and
then
G6.
it's equal number of pawns, but I mean your knight is really ugly placed, and King G6.
He managed.
And look, I mean it's probably winning objectively now. It has Knight D8. Wow, what a move! Knight D8. I mean, imagine you have few seconds and you get something like Knight D8.
Yeah, and black is
Takes.
completely paralyzed, it feels. I mean, king
Yes.
G6,
No, I mean
rook
it's-
D7.
It's a masterpiece in creation, I have to say. I mean, I don't know what's the objective valuation there, but it's
Rook
simply
D7,
amazing what the guys are doing.
Knight E6.
Knight E6, Rook E8, Knight G7. I mean, he said Knight H5 and to F6.
But
and
Knight
this must be.
G4.
And Rook D5, not D7. I thought Rook D7.
Now he
if you
cannot
take, it's
take.
Rook G8. Oh, wow. No, that's super tricky. I mean, Knight F2, Knight F2. No, Knight E3. Well, and now it looks like they actually have a lot of time. Look, and Knight. Oh, he could play Knight F2, threatening mate, check. And now it's a winning rook ending, or what?
Yeah, finally,
I mean, F5,
yes.
F5 is for F5
Yes,
falls.
finally.
5 falls, and there will be no chance. Yeah, takes and
Yeah,
Ronan resigns. So what a game!
finally we managed to choose
That
a very
was-
spectacular game, yeah.
That was fantastic. I mean, a lot of mistakes, obviously, but I mean, that was really great, and the fighting spirit as well, I have to say. So Mamedyarov 4.5 out of 5. Draw between Anand and Tomaszewski. So Tomaszewski joins Aronian on 3 points. Gelfand, what Gelfand did? Kramnik with Giri, they are still playing according to... Kramnik is absolutely winning, but they are still playing. Boris Gelfand lost to Peter Swidler. Don't
And
know
Jan Nepomniachtchi drew against
I don't know if we...
Lichau.
Oh,
Yeah,
we do have a camera. Kramnik is... I believe we got the
yeah.
camera, but just to see that this is the final move. Vladimir Kramnik wins against Anish Giri.
Yeah, I got confused to find a single white piece actually at the board, so yeah.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, 77 moves it took. And even, yeah, I believe Bishop C4 was the last one. So 77. First win by Vladimir Kramnik. He
and,
was a bit late.
he's
to
back
play,
to
and he's-
50%, I believe.
So what do we have? Mamedyarov on 4.5, on 3. So 1.5 point lead for
Oh, wow.
Mamedyarov.
Wow.
3 points. Tomaszewski and Aronian remains on second.
Yeah,
joint
that's
second.
That's really impressive, yeah.
50% for Anand, Swidler and Kramnik. Lichau, Giri 1.5, and 2 points Nepo and Gelfand. So far it looks like Mamedyarov almost secured one extra white.
He's like on +4, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Plus 4
Plus
out
4.
of 5 games. I don't know if we're going to have a short break or we continue, which is in both cases very good for us. If we have a break, we have a break.
Sure.
If we don't have, then it means we're going to finish a bit early. Right, now, looks like they're taking places, yeah? So it will be 4 more rounds. We can see Jan Nepomniachtchi versus Peter Swidler, the one of the games of round 6, right? One of the games of round 6 of Tal Memorial Blitz. So looking for the next pairing. Actually, I'm trying to find out what the so the pairing. So it's Tomaszewski versus Gelfand. Very solid
Nepomniachtchi
pair. It seems
Swidler, which
Nepo
we
with
already
Swidler, which
called.
can be anything. Quite unpredictable, I have to say. Kramnik with Lichau, and then Aronian versus Giri, and now here Shahryar Mamedyarov plays with Vishy Anand with black. So let's check if he will keep the pace. Then, or what we're gonna be offered. I mean, but it's a very nice selection. In fact, practically, I don't see any boring game here. I mean, as long as 3+2 blitz, you know. Kramnik.
I mean, even if you would see, you wouldn't call, I believe, but
yeah,
I
you're
hope
right.
you're fair, yeah.
Yeah, but really, I mean, something like, you know, Tomaszewski versus Gelfand. It can be in a classical chess. I mean, some very long theoretical line, something, but
Yeah, but we will not call
What's-
it boring. It's
yeah, what's nice.
let's call it deep. Yeah.
Yeah, what's nice, Boris is always very principled, even when it comes to 3+2 Blitz.
Yeah.
He's always very principled in the opening. He tries to play not good enough moves, but the best moves.
Ones,
and,
yeah.
and then it's always a pleasure to watch.
Yeah. So kudos for him.
It's always a
To him
pleasure
for
to
that.
watch. Yeah, so a little bit of a pause, in fact. A bit of a hesitation. Not all the players are back. Who's missing? Li Chao. Li Chao plays with Kramnik. So Kramnik is not there.
So at least we don't have these hard times trying to choose the one game. Yeah. So we are just
yeah, here
We are just
we are happy
waiting,
with what
yeah.
we get. We are happy with what we
Yeah.
get. So far, we are waiting for Kramnik. We are waiting for Tomaszewski, who arrives there. And Anish Giri plays with Levon Aronen. I don't know if Aronen is seated. Yeah, looks like everyone is there. Some announcement of, I believe, a chief arbiter, Bichovsky. Probably he announces what we already did. Mamedyarov leading the tournament with, 1.5 points lead after 5 rounds. You can't ask for much more. And we gonna be following Nepomniachtchi versus Swidler. And
Jan's favorite Scotch. Yeah.
favorite Scotch. And what's Peter gonna play? I remember them making a very sharp draw some years back in knight f6 line.
Yes.
Which was pretty much an analysis of both players, I believe. So
Bishop e4 and Bishop
Bishop
e7,
e4, Bishop
which
e7,
is yeah,
which is a kind of a known
pretty
line.
fashionable line yeah nowadays.
Knight f6, Bishop g2, castles, and can I mean, with black, can I play d5 or there is a problem with
It
that?
should be as the most principal move, yeah.
Or there, I don't know. Feels like, I mean, Bishop e3. I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with d5. Because that's, I mean, d6, you get this all those positions which are
Yeah, but
kind
why?
of slightly worse. I mean, maybe not worse
Yeah, sure.
really, but I mean, if you want to equalize, like.
No, but
totally
Scotch
equal.
actually is not a very ambitious opening. Yeah, White is just trying to get some small plus and some position just.
Kramnik
to get some
still
play.
plays his d4 knight f3 bishop g5 opening. I'm wondering if it's only for blitz or we shall see this in a classical chess. Tomaszewski with Gelfand, not particularly
Something
exciting.
very sharp. No, but I mean,
It will be actually. It will be exciting. You're right. Yeah.
it's getting
So
exciting.
d5.
yeah.
D5 was played. D5 was played, and did he?
Somehow it feels like
Like he
White almost blundered something. I don't know. Bishop a6 followed by c5 or.
Rook b8, also not very pleasant move to
Face, yeah.
yeah. B
But no threats, by the way, because
Rook b2 is not a threat because of c4. You mean?
yeah,
Well, which is, but what move do you play?
I don't know.
That's, I mean,
Knight d2 maybe.
knight d2. Yeah, c4 at once was played. And then
It's pretty tricky actually. I mean,
c4 is annoying now.
if Black will not manage to do something concrete in
c4
few
is
moves,
annoying. You're
and
right. Yeah.
then it's gonna be
Knight b.
pretty unpleasant.
Well, I mean, if you have to play knight b4, it's not such a great move. But
No, I mean I have a huge experience of losing such positions as Black to Jan, so I mean I know I know it's not that easy, yeah. But
yeah, so what to do? I mean, I'm kind of getting confused what to do at all. Knight b6, which is not the pleasant move to play. Okay, knight b4, bishop a7, kind of hinting that rook b8 was not to the point.
But what about taking d1 followed by rook 8? Bishop somewhere, knight c2.
Knight c2,
bishop
and
c6,
knight
yeah?
bishop c6. Yeah, that's what he's planning. Bishop e3 back.
So probably he will simply play something like, I don't know,
Wait,
bishop
but
f5?
now, if takes and bishop g4, or I don't know, I feel like
Even rook c1
or
maybe.
bishop. Yeah, I mean a lot of stuff, right? Bishop f6.
I like immediate bishop
Queen d1.
f5.
He took
Actually a2 is also hanging, yeah, at some point.
a2 is hanging.
For instance, after bishop g4 rook c1 we could probably
Consider-
consider
okay.
taking a2, but
Bishop e6, attacking c4, which is also not a bad idea. Objectively, I believe black is still fine. And if there is a move for white, white has to play knight c3. I don't see. I mean, well, if there is any move to give white an advantage, has to be knight c3. Otherwise,
I don't know. I don't think getting the pawn back immediately means
equalizing.
equalizing for black. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what I thought. Maybe kind of knight c3 if he takes.
What about
c4,
knight a3
knight d2
actually?
he played. Knight a3, I was kind of not happy if black would simply play bishop f6 and then the knight gets stuck. Now, rook b8, and then it's kind of Benko gambit, huh? Bishop f6.
Yeah,
and
I actually
the
like.
play in
actually
style of
like what
Benko
he did.
gambit. Now I kind of like black all of a sudden.
Yeah, but somehow it feels like white is able to give the pawn back. I don't know,
How
maybe
to do this?
bishop e4, knight e4 somehow.
Look, with no.
Yeah,
Not
bishop
clear.
e4
e4, so bishop f6, for instance. a3.
takes on b2.
That's
Yeah,
the f5 first.
f5 is also a question. Is he going to play h3 maybe?
a3 now. And
Yeah.
it's, you mean it's not clear if he wants to take. I wasn't sure if he wanted to take the. Yeah, that's typical Svidler. You know, I mean, he played Marshall a lot of.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
a huge part of his chess career. So, well, two bishops,
He-
four pawn.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
very experienced in this kind of situations. But objectively, it might be not the best black could get out of this position.
Yes, but he will not be a pawn down actually. I don't know why you
So he
decided
won't be.
so. So
He
I
won't
mean,
be a pawn down. Right.
so he is just fine maybe.
Yeah, maybe he's just fine.
Which doesn't mean he didn't have a better ideas, but
Mm-hmm.
still maybe enough. So I don't
At
see
the
any.
moment, checking something else. Mamidyarov versus Anand, and Shahryar once again does great. It seems. I don't think he's worse, at least. Anything else? Well, we stay here. I mean, that's as long as this one.
Nothing
finishes.
really fascinating so far in
Yeah,
this round.
Yeah, okay,
but
can't. Well, Kramnik just sacrificed a piece, it seems, and probably, yeah, looks like Kramnik is winning now. But we won't. Okay, let's stay there. Still, it doesn't
so
look like
Jan takes and
takes on c4, and yeah, I was wrong.
it's pretty drawish, I believe, but I don't know who is
who's
tried
playing-
who is
no.
trying to to
Yeah,
imitate
now
some
it
pushing.
It comes to a question few times asked by Miguel Eliescas during our broadcast of Chess Olympiad. Who is better and why?
Mhm.
And I like the question that much. Look, bishop c1. No, black shouldn't be any worse. That's I'm sure. I mean, if black wants a draw, he can make a draw.
By offering, I believe.
By offer-
Even
by an
even yeah.
offering, yeah. Now it's actually Jan who is a little bit short on time. Bishop. What?
I know, but Peter offered a draw and Jan refused.
And Jan refuses a draw, which is a bit surprising, I must say. Is he? Yeah, then he offered a draw himself. All right. So, well, it could go each way, but in fact, it was just a draw agreement. I thought Kramnik was about to win,
And he is actually.
Well, he is. He's pawn up, and Li Chao is very short of time. But now, I'm not quite sure. I mean, black
The
managed
good,
to
the
managed
good
to
thing
create
for
some-
him is that it's much easier to play.
for
is
Li
black.
Chao, you mean?
Yeah.
Easier to play because I mean you have to make only moves, not
Yeah.
to resign immediately. For Kramnik, it's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
Kramnik
that
almost
easy. Knight f7, bishop
B-
f6.
bishop
no?
F-
No.
Yeah, but this is even better actually.
King g8. Right. Well, might be that. Knight g4 back. Bishop h8. Wow.
Wow.
That's one long move. h6.
Queen c7, king g6, yeah?
King g6. Yeah. Li Chao is not.
Li Chao is just better, I believe.
Could it be? Oh, really? I mean, now with
The
this
knight
position,
is not
hanging.
going anywhere, because
Knight, you
bishop
can't
e5.
move. And okay, now the practical choice would be to play a4 And king h5, wow.
Yeah, but queen c5 forces the king to go back.
Queen a5.
Or
yeah, he
this.
blundered this one. No, king h5.
Yeah, but I don't
thought it was
think it's.
clever. But you mean it might be still?
I don't think it's over. Yeah, so just.
Might be still not. So something. Yeah, now it's black who has.
Actually, it's very difficult for white to
Queen
make.
c7, king h5. So he tries to repeat.
Yeah, and actually, it's very difficult to make any kind of progress.
Probably white can't really make a progress.
But it's Kramnik though.
It's
I
kind
mean,
of king h4. No, I mean it's always even check from f6.
Yeah.
It's, the queen's ending is
Queen
draw.
f8 maybe, but
Exchange of queens is a draw. Queen's ending is a draw. So it's kind of queen f8, but queen c7. So after all, it was kind of triangulation. Oh. And what he's planning to do? Queen c5, king g6. Now he's down to seconds. He'd better repeat it. Queen e4. Yeah, Lichao, it's definitely, I mean, the guy switched into playing for win mode. Check, king h5, no, it's gonna be a draw. Yeah. It's gonna be a draw, so draw for Nepomniachtchi versus Swidler, draw for Kramnik versus
Against
Lichao. Anish Giri on our screen playing black with Levon Aronian. Anish is
And,
up a
he's-
piece.
yeah.
Up a piece, and probably, I mean, okay, it's not probably, he was completely winning. I'm not sure. I mean,
yeah. So
so I just managed to catch the position at the analysis board, at analysis monitor, a couple of moves before, and it looked completely winning for black. Now I'm not sure what's going on here. Yeah, a5. Can he win it? Can he win it? a6.
king c7.
King c7 and then check, and king b8, and a7 and king f6.
And it's kind of a
King
fortress, yeah?
f5, yeah, it's sort of a fortress. He pretends it to be a sort of a fortress. In fact, it's not.
No, why it's not? I mean, just pass it.
h3, you
and
mean
pass
h3
again,
and
yeah,
pass
you-
again. Yeah, it might be, in fact. Now you can't move the king that easily.
Yeah, somehow he blundered something.
He blundered, he gave away the pawn, but I mean, it's still not easy to make a progress.
Yeah, now it's a loss for sure.
Yeah, now
just
it's
king
lost
comes,
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah, and now it looks like, yeah, king comes to 2g8. So Anish
Yeah.
beats Levon to improve on his last minute, and it increases the distance for Mamedyarov.
So, yeah, what else happened in this round?
Draw
Draw in Mamedyarov's game.
have we seen? Oh no, yeah, it was a draw. Anand versus Mamedyarov. Aronan lost to Giri. Kramnik draw versus Lichao. Draw
Nepomniachtchi Swidler with
Swidler,
Son,
and
Evgeny
Tomaszewski
Tomaszewski.
lost with white to
Yeah,
Boris
but
Gelfand.
I'm not sure he lost actually, because if he lost, it's only about time, yeah? Because the position looks.
Right, so it's no, he lost. It says he lost. I mean, the official site says he lost, so it's probably.
But if he lost, then he lost on time, yeah? Because
Yeah, looks like.
I don't think. Yeah.
Looks like.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was black to move, so probably white played knight c3 and was not in time
Yes.
to.
Exactly.
All right, so what do we have? Mamedyarov, clear ahead of all the field. Actually, now he only made the
points.
draw, but now it makes 2 points. Both Tomaszewski and Aronan lost. So it's Mamedyarov on plus how much? 4.
Still +4,
Yeah,
yeah.
+4, and then we have, which is quite funny, we have 1, 2,
A very
3
big number of people on 50%.
on 50%, which is incredible.
So
Actually,
only-
it's easier to say, look, Mamedyarov is on +4, Nepomniachtchi and Giri are on -1, Lichao is on -2, and all the rest
of people, yeah.
on 50%. So it's a huge fight for this
Yeah.
extra wide game. Okay, Mamedyarov already has it.
Yeah, it reminds
mean, it's
me.
clear.
It reminds me of some Kasparov's Linares, because there was a tournament when he scored like +7, and all the rest was in minus or something.
It was double round robin Linares, and
Yes.
it was only +5 for Gary.
And still, it
and
was enough. Yeah.
-1 to share, well, second or the last place, if you like, for 5 other people.
Okay.
And it was, I think it was still one player, I don't remember who it was, but it still was one player who didn't lose the match to Kasparov. I mean, he made 2 draws,
Yeah.
but then he dropped the points somewhere. All right. So it was, yeah, we are assisted by Mark Luhovsky. It was +2 for Gary against Shirov, so that means it was 2 draws against someone else. I remember Alex Grishuk played there, Judith Polgar played there. well, all right.
Karpov played there, I believe.
That was a long time ago. No, I don't think Karpov was. I mean, I think it
No,
felt,
he
it felt like it was.
he did play, I believe,
Alright.
but doesn't matter. Yeah.
All right. So we have some, well, not some, but a lot of guests. I don't know if we.
So and
have to-
Mamedyanov is also from Baku, yeah, so we can try to make some
to make some.
some comparison, yeah.
No, but obviously it won't be in the same tournament. I must say. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's in the classical tournament. I don't expect something like this to happen. But it's interesting. I'm not even sure if he's the highest rated in Blitz, Mamedyanov. Look, it looked like they were not starting yet, and already we have the round. So it's in fact it's Anish Giri versus Vishwanathan Anand just started. I'm thinking maybe they decided, it's break for all the other people. They just decided to play a training game. Just kidding, of course. So we have Mamedyanov versus Tomaszewski and classical knight BD7 Queen's Gambit and some A3, which is, now they tried practically everything. But this A3 plus Rook C1, what's the...
No, but actually I guess it was A3 plus Bishop F4 in the very beginning.
So it was other way around.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, so it's Bishop F4 A3, not E3.
Yes,
right?
yes, exactly.
Maybe that's why. Okay, because this setup, it doesn't make much of a sense. Let's say if you get it with white with the normal move order,
Yeah,
you either
exactly,
play
I mean,
A3 or Rook C1.
You don't
those
need
two combined
you don't
are-
need both, yeah, both.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange, but yeah. Anyway, it's 3+2 blitz, not to forget. DC4, now a bishop takes, bishop B7, and attempt to play solid, but
And now C5
Seems-
will come and Shahryar will have to demonstrate.
but he already demonstrated a couple of times. It's like symmetrical position, worse position. Maybe he had even a lost position once, but he wins.
Yeah.
So it looks like the most important moment, the most important stage of this blitz, at least so far, when it gets to 10 seconds each, and then it's perhaps not that important what the objective valuation of the position is, but contrary, what quality of the moves you are playing on
Yeah,
those
I
last
realized
seconds.
it could be a nice improvement of the system, because if you score, let's say, +1, you have one extra whites, and if you score like +5, then you have
you
five
can play,
extra
yeah,
whites,
Five
yeah.
extra whites.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So with someone scoring 9 out of 9, he
yeah,
plays
we
all
we would only have to find people who would play black, yeah. So
yeah, that would be
mathematically,
not
yeah,
that-
it's
no, it is. It's pretty fair, in fact, mathematically.
yeah.
If you it's same. So on plus and minus. Let's
So,
say.
yeah.
If someone is on +5, you have to have someone on -5.
So probably we could offer this for the organizers, yeah. And,
So next time,
yeah, next
we
time,
have
yeah.
this kind of thing. Yeah, it can be. All right. So what's going on here? Now, actually, it never happened. This C5. Look.
I
Rook
didn't
C8.
realize why
Yeah,
actually, because now even before gives white.
yeah, precisely. The move, which is pretty well known from Catalan, might be also a motive there.
Yeah, E5 is also
E5 is
very
a
ambitious.
tempting
Yeah, takes
stuff,
and
takes.
some.
And if actually you don't have a good recapture. C takes and then takes on C.
Then he will play,
eight
I
and
guess,
bishop
bishop B1, yeah, and then
H4 to start with, but bishop B1 anytime soon.
and then he will try to create an
And-
attack at the king side, which is also pretty smart, and probably for Blitz it's
Yeah.
even
And
more
I think-
pleasant than
think
before
it
stuff.
was. If we are to comment on Tal Memorial, let's come up with quotes about Mikhail Tal, and I'm not sure about if I give this one precisely, but someone was asked how Tal actually wins the game. He develops the pieces, sacrifices it somewhere, and gives mate.
Yeah.
That's what we. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but so far it looks like H4 bishop B1. Then anytime soon, sacrifice on H7, and Black has actually can do little about this with stupid bishop on B7. So this is. It's kind of F6. Yeah, maybe this is what he has to do. And maybe the trick
Yeah,
is that
you-
after bishop, you pretend you want to open the center. After bishop B1, you quickly play F6, F5.
Yeah, but still you will
Maybe.
be much worse.
You are much worse, but maybe not getting mated. Mamedyanov decided he wants to open up, but this I'm not quite sure actually.
Yeah, but
Okay.
actually F6 is kind of a set concession. It means Black will
you mean
will have to suffer for.
H6, what?
But even takes bishop B1, queen D3. I mean everything comes. E6 is
Okay,
E6 is
H6.
weak, I mean, no, just
H6, yeah.
No, it's very unpleasant, I
technically
believe.
It's quite annoying. No, I thought, I mean, H6 and to take was the pawn, you know, on F6, but it's too ambitious to be true. Probably something's gonna fall.
yeah,
Queen D8.
with the idea of playing 94, I believe.
Yeah, but the problem is.
I guess
button black.
he will probably take on f6 anyway, I believe.
You mean even here?
Yes, I think it's pretty smart.
So bishop. S,
'Cause-
S for blitz, yeah, perhaps.
Yeah, because otherwise 94 comes.
95. 94 takes E7 and F3. Purely positional fashion. I don't.
Yes, but then this pawn on h4 can cost too much. Knight g3.
Ah, you mean
Qu-
knight
queen-
G3 and to
queen
take on
takes,
H4,
yeah.
right? And then I'm about to get mated myself. Yeah, right. Was pretty silly of me to allow this. Knight D7, which is
One more set concession, I would say.
which is too much, perhaps.
Ah, yeah,
because
but
he definitely blundered this one, and then it's check on E6. Then
Yeah,
it's
it's
simply
just-
check on F6, and then
Even
white
queen-
wins
queen-
the
queen
pawn.
takes
Yeah,
E5,
queen
I mean,
E5 is
anything.
good enough. I wonder if Mamedyarov is looking for something. I mean, like rook E1, which would be a really. I mean, if this can work, probably not. Of
Just to
course.
play in style, yeah.
I mean, just to play in style. Yeah, we were speculating about this Tal, Mikhail Tal style.
Yeah, but nothing is wrong with this thinking on f5. Even D takes, I
queen
mean,
takes,
any
yeah,
move,
queen
actually.
takes, pawn up, still a stupid bishop on B7, takes on E7 and rook. Well, no, for some reason I thought the rook is still pinned on F7.
Yeah, but this doesn't matter. I mean, queen g3
Yeah.
or queen f5. Just.
I mean,
True.
if you are to say that this is winning for white, I
Yeah.
agree completely. If, let's say, is it the best white could get?
Yeah.
Maybe the answer is no.
Obviously not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
you're right.
But anyway, it's good enough to
Yeah, but this
bring
bishop on
Mamedyarov
b7.
another point, I believe.
I mean, even some random move like queen g3 takes on d4, just
Yeah,
rook e1 and mate then.
What I've noticed, I mean, a little bit off top, but when you have someone on such a score, like, you know, 6 out of 7, 7 out of 8,
You
something,
expect
you
yeah,
kind of- you kind
something
of-
to happen,
it-
yeah.
it's one thing, but you kind of start to root for the guy to make it
Yeah.
even a better score. He's getting to the king, and okay, if you ask me, I don't see immediately what's going to happen, but yeah, Tomaszewski decided not to try, perhaps.
No, but
Queen
just
H7, rook F6.
bishop g6 simply.
Bishop G6, threatening, yeah, there is
Queen H8, no,
seemingly
just-
no defense.
Completely lost, I believe. Yeah.
Particularly, yeah, so now G7 falls,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all over, so 6 out of 7 for Shahryar Mamedyarov. Tremendous performance in this field. We are switched to Gelfand versus Nepomniachtchi, trying to see what's the equal material. Not clear who's. I mean, probably white is not better, but I don't think black is. Maybe he is actually. Yeah, he is. Pawn
Knight
on
a5.
C5, yeah.
No, but knight a5. I mean, it's
Pawn is here. Look,
Or
King
even-
D5.
or even this, yeah.
King E2. Yeah, Boris is
No, black
is
definitely
much
is better,
I mean,
yeah.
that's much better. And also, I've just noticed. I mean, I was looking at from the camera view. It wasn't clear, but now I've noticed that also G2, G4. I mean,
Yeah.
you have some weaknesses.
Yeah,
over there.
from this point of view, knight e4 was much smarter because besides this knight is ready, he was
some knight
he-
F2 or
yeah,
knight. Yeah.
exactly.
Still knight F. He's winning a pawn. I mean, in a little bit brutal way, it seems.
Probably king c2.
King C.
Yeah, but even takes and knight d1. then.
A3. What's the plan? He's tricky. Bishop A3, knight D3. He wants to
I mean,
play.
even just random
Yeah,
move knight
yeah,
b5,
yeah,
knight
check
e4.
was quite
yeah.
annoying. Check was quite annoying. Now black has to be. I mean, it's same position, and he played our knight e4 idea,
Yeah.
but he also took an A3 pawn on the way. So now it's completely winning for Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah, when you look at Jan's games, I mean, it always feels like he's not making all the best moves, and then he wins.
All of a sudden, yeah, all
yeah,
those
just
little
easily.
tricks.
Yeah, it feels just easily.
Meanwhile, Levon Aronian won against Li Chao. Anish Giri plays with Swishianat. I think he's hard to say actually. Mamedyarov won, as we know. Here, they repeating moves? What's the what was the point?
It's only.
Obviously. Kramnik lost to Swidler.
But I'm not sure about this knight before. Takes king c2 and the pawn goes to e4, and then how? how you have
how
to
do you
break.
make progress?
Yeah, how you have to break through.
You will have to play c3 and king c4. I mean, if you can do this, king b4, and now c3,
And then a Zugzwang will
c3,
affect-
yes, and somehow king b3, knight e1.
yeah, this is
Tricky. Now it's a question if you can. No, you cannot. Control all 8 squares.
No, but black probably has to march with the king through the first rank to
you
f1
mean
somehow. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Like-
make the whole circle with the bishop, come back to f6,
Yes.
and then from
Yes.
c1, d1 to reach.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jan, well, he's known to be, well, super tricky player in this. Wait, actually what you can do with black, I mean, if you're a little bit worried, you can put the bishop on e5, play f6, I mean, just to make it super stable.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe white can go to a pawn ending anytime soon. Knight e3, bishop h8. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. I think, honestly, it's all over. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice technique. King d1, king e1, king e3. Opposition, nice. King f1. And then white will have knight c2 and back.
Yeah, but
Knight
back
a1.
is back is only one. Yeah, actually.
Back is only a1. Now something like g5 will have to be a Zugzwang. f6, g3, g5. Right. But Gelfand is fighting. Look, I mean it's nice, but it's all over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice technique by Jan Nepomniachtchi. So what do we have there? Nepomniachtchi beats Gelfand, Mamedyarov beats whom it was? Tomaszewski. Giri beats Anand. Li Chao loses to Aronian, and Swidler beats Kramnik. So no draws in this round.
Yeah.
Still a huge lead for Mamedyarov. 2 points over Aronian and Swidler, who are on +1, 50% for Giri and Nepo. Those 5 are so far. If the tournament ends just now,
Yeah.
those 2 will be.
Yeah, but
I
it's
have no doubt Mamedyarov will play 2 whites in first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Let
exactly.
me put it like this.
Yeah.
So I mean, he wins the Blitz tournament. He's gonna take the first place
Yeah,
in
mildly
the cross
put.
table.
Mildly put. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's
No, but
gonna
actually, it's pretty impressive that if we will take 2 random people, most probably, I mean, together they will not have more points than one Mamedyarov. Just
yeah, right. So, well, I predict, as for the pairing for the round 1 tomorrow, I predict Mamedyarov having white against Li Chao. So far, it looks like. So that means
Yeah.
Mamedyarov is on 6, leading the Blitz tournament. Li Chao is on clear last with 2 points out of 7 games. Aronian and Swidler on +1, and Giri and Nepo on 50%. So that's how the upper half of a cross table looks. Then Li Chao is, as I said, 2 out of 7, and on -1 we have Tomaszewski, Kramnik, Anand, and Gelfand, 4 players.
so only 2 rounds left. Yeah, I
Only
believe.
2 rounds left. Goes pretty fast today. So it's a pity we couldn't check the other games. I mean, this round, even
Yeah,
though
but okay.
that was interesting, but
Yeah.
now I'm checking the final positions.
It would
I
be
mean,
nice. Yeah, it would be
the
nice to
final
see
position, I mean,
how
how-
do they. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, for instance, Swidler won against Kramnik, and Kramnik resigned because of a mate in 2. Inevitable. So it was something funny, definitely. Nepo won a nice ending. Right, so checking who's Mamedyarov playing with. We have Tomaszewski, Nepomniachtchi, we have Kramnik versus
We've seen
Gelfand,
most of his games.
Aronian, Swidler.
He didn't play.
With
Who-
Giri. Now it's
with
Mamedyarov,
Giri, yeah.
Giri with white. Is he the only player not to lose? Well, most probably yes. Right.
Yeah, feels
Aronian,
like.
we remember Aronian losing to Mamedyarov. He's beaten nearly everyone else.
Yes.
So it's quite after all,
Exactly,
it's quite
yeah.
logical
Yeah,
that
exactly.
he's the only player not to lose. And he didn't lose. So the question is, out of 2 remaining games, if he's going to lose, or he's gonna keep his pace and score, like 8 out of 9.
Yeah,
So-
he has absolutely nothing to lose. Yeah, he can only make some even more impressive performance, but nothing to lose. I mean,
Mamedjarov Giri. So Mamedjarov secured
an extra white.
an extra white for sure, but might be that he already secured the second place. I mean, the first place in this blitz. I don't know if it comes to any sort of tiebreak in blitz or they.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, let's not
let's put it
speculate.
like this. I mean, one draw definitely gives him clear first place. So
Yeah. All right. Some short discussion between Tomaszewski and Nepomniachtchi.
and it's a rare
It
case
makes, yeah.
when it's not Kramnik but his opponent to be a bit late. Yeah.
So Kramnik with Gelfand, right?
Yeah.
Will we look at this one or? Yeah, one. I mean, it's a lot of interesting games to look
Well,
one more time.
once again,
Aronian with
it's not about
Svidler
us here. I mean,
is
it's
interesting. Of course, Kramnik. Yeah, and we are starting. So it's Kramnik versus Gelfand. And look, one more time. D4, knight F3, bishop G5. Knight E4, principal move from
Yeah, completely
Boris,
different approach. I
C5.
mean,
E3, and now it has to be something with queen. Queen B6, queen. This is what they do, right? Knight C6, or not really?
no
Knight
no
D2.
idea actually. I mean,
No, I
pretty-
thought it was. There was one tricky line for sure, like queen b6 and queen h6 at some point. Like instead of knight c6, for instance, it's queen b6, knight d2, queen h6. I don't know what's the point is, but remember there was some tricky line like this. No, actually, I like what Gelfand is doing. I mean, it's perfectly healthy play, so to speak. G5, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
as I said,
Is it still perfectly healthy place? Play. I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
just-
I mean, it's super ambitious. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's change the.
Well, I mean, actually, it's pretty interesting to see how the players react. Yeah, because Gelfand is the first one I believe who played the most principal move, knight e4.
Yeah, right. Because we have probably the same opening we have in Aronian Svidler, which is not played the same fashion. Okay, here bishop went to g3, yeah, which is not surprising. Then knight g3. Yeah, so he took the bishop, played bishop g7. And white most probably will play c2, c3.
Yeah, but still, I would prefer black's position actually.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, as one grandmaster said, I mean, you have to be Kramnik to make this stuff work. I mean, just
Castle or
e6
castle is a
maybe,
little bit too much.
even
no?
e5. Wow.
E5.
Yeah,
is something.
he's playing extremely ambitiously.
E5, so knight b3, kind of a groom, pretending playing Grunfeld, eh? Knight b3. Okay,
And
no
then G-
bishop on g2 though.
And then g4 and g3, yeah, but still e4 will come.
No bishop on g. And this is, I believe, one nice idea from Boris, a queen e7. At some point it might be bishop e6
And
all
then
of a sudden
castle
castle
long, yeah.
because compared to Grunfeld, you don't have, as I said, no bishop on g2, so nothing is pressing. Yeah. Yeah, looks extremely nice for black. Yeah, nothing too dramatic in, I mean, anywhere else in this. Mamedjarov, well, just won a pawn
He's-
against Giri, it looks like.
Yeah, he's out of any risk, yeah. Queen
Well,
e6, just his,
Yeah, I mean, Mamedjarov is probably
just a healthy
well,
pawn.
yeah, it's a good chance he's gonna win one more. But we stay here, of course. I mean, it's quite an interesting matchup. Bishop b5, huh? That's surprising. So bishop b5, queen h5.
Yeah, but still
And
castling
still
long
castle
works,
long,
yeah.
castle long because Kramnik probably will also castle long himself. Or takes c6 first and castle short. That's interesting. Now the queen on h5.
Yeah, isn't he just, I mean, after
Too
some, yeah,
optimistic, too
G4,
optimistic.
G4, I mean, how he will,
G4, yeah, that's pretty interesting. G4 and then F5 and
yeah, and
yeah, but maybe,
yeah,
maybe it's not easy.
Rook c1 and c4, but nobody cares about Rook c1 and c4, I'm afraid.
King B8.
Ah, yeah, but Boris does,
Knight
actually.
A5, Rook C8. He's well, probably he pretends. Okay, Queen on H5 is out of play, and I'll play on the other side of the board, which might be not easy though. So now F5 or not F5. Well, probably. I mean, if you don't want to go
Hey.
too deep, you can play F5 and Queen F7. I mean, that's one thing you
Yeah,
can do.
sure, but
I mean,
actually,
it's pensioners play. I agree, but maybe black is still better after this.
no, I mean actually, even king 8 and c5 then can be a pretty
right.
unpleasant surprise.
Oh, well, actually, yeah,
Ju-
I like this one. Yeah.
Just trying to use the fact white's
Yeah, so
queen is out of play.
and
Yeah.
then we open the
Yeah,
play.
exactly.
Doesn't matter what. Yeah, well, opening.
Another idea is h6 followed by queen g5, and you will have either to
well,
put
that's-
your queen to h4 or h1 or
F5. Okay, knight b3, queen f7. Pensioners play. Look,
yeah.
he couldn't find anything better though. So queen now.
And after an exchange, probably the main idea is h5 h4, just playing for
Knight
mate.
c5, which is.
Yeah, h5.
h5. Yeah, it's a good question. What?
Well,
what
I mean,
actually-
if
what
e-
Kramnik has, I mean, to actually to fight with this plan. And h4. I mean, cd5, bishop d5. Yeah. cd5. He can take. Yeah, bishop d5. That's. I kind of like this one. I mean, you defend c6. I mean, if there is nothing,
I mean,
nothing wrong
so,
concrete. I
so far even h3
even h3 is a
is
huge
kind
threat.
of a threat now. Yeah,
It's a
so
huge threat, right? h3 takes, rook takes, other rook comes to h1, and maybe he. Well, I don't know if Kramnik blundered this one or he's planning to. I mean, to sacrifice something. Now, really a choice for
it's
Boris.
pretty difficult even to realize what's white's idea.
what's
Even
his-
king
what's his
a8
idea?
or something. I don't know.
No, I mean, probably he's gonna take d5 one day. I don't see any other explanation. Yeah, now we can't see the board. h3 played, rook takes.
Aha, and rook takes
knight
d5.
a6, rook d5.
Wow.
That's the point. That's
Yes,
the
but
point.
then
Yeah, right.
rook c h8.
Check and rook d5 and rook
Ah.
d5 immediately. This and then
Yeah, but-
check, king a8,
And
rook
ju-
d8. Rook d8, that's it.
Ah, yeah, or even king f1, any move.
King f1. Alright. No, king f1, at least he takes the rook.
Yeah, but rook d7
and then you
just...
mean rook d7 and it's a mate. Check and takes a2.
No, but still
Now
takes
Kramnik
g7.
blundered.
No, but still takes g7, yeah?
No, I mean it's still a fight. It's still a fight, I have to say.
Yeah, but black is completely
Black
paralyzed,
is
no?
paralyzed, right? No, I thought at least he can take f2. No, not really. It's b5.
Still no threat, I mean, even
Has to look for a stalemate if there is. No,
too
there
many
isn't.
pawns for that, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Kramnik wins. Meanwhile, any other results?
Mamidyarov trying to convert his extra pawn against Giri.
Arendt versus Li Chao is one interesting game. I mean, I don't quite understand what's going on. Looks like, yeah. I mean, at some point it looked like Arendt is about to lose. Yeah.
And it still looks
He-
this
he
way, I
is,
would
he
say,
is,
actually,
he is,
yeah.
Actually, it's equal pawns, but looks like black has a couple of extra pawns because. I mean, when you take, you probably have to take on c4, and then
Yeah,
d3
but then
comes
d3,
and the
d2,
bishop.
just...
Yeah, d2 simply seem to win. So rook c1, and now I mean it's
What
like
is that?
anything. c3, no.
Yes, but why not to take? I mean... d2 comes, just, I mean...
d2 comes anyway. I mean, there is no chance
Yeah.
whatsoever. Yeah. So Anand loses, Gelfand loses.
And Li Chao
Li Chao catches up with Anand and Gelfand, so
Yeah.
it's not yet clear. Aronian draw versus Peter Swidler, and we still have Mamidyarov with Giri in progress.
Yeah, somehow...
Seconds for, well, looks like Shah misplayed it. Was it at some point he had... No, I mean, no,
No,
it
but
doesn't look anything. I mean, it just looks like
Yeah,
they are
king
both
if-
on seconds, and it's pretty sharp. Look, it's-
Now a4 will be met by
Who's-
bishop c6
look,
check.
who's better and why? Once again, looks like Shah is now check. Check. Doesn't king rook a6,
No, Shah is better, I mean, the question is, I
Is
mean, if
better.
it's enough.
and because of check king g4. That's surprising. King h5. Bishop e3.
Even g6, why not?
G6, and it's still defended on 6th rank. Nice. Super tricky. Mamedyarov.
And now a5 is hanging. I mean everything.
A5 is not hanging for real, I believe, because yeah, but check and he takes e5, and there is no rook g5, right?
Rook f6 is
Rook f6 is
probably even
even
stronger.
stronger. King e8. Maybe it's not stronger after all.
No, but still,
But
you have
rook e6. You
rook
have,
e6
you have
anyway,
the same
yeah.
trick, yeah. So will it be 7 out of 8 for Mamedyarov? That's the question.
Black doesn't even have a single
Yeah,
check.
it's so annoying. I mean, to defend this kind of positions with black.
So c5.
King h6, king h6, c5, anything. Rook f4, just not to lose on time. That's very important. Bishop e5 now. So he decided to repeat. Why is that? Bishop f7 to defend everything, to put the rook behind.
Yeah, which is also good.
It's also a smart choice. No, but look. I mean, I would.
No, but
like,
bishop controls everything, right?
Ah, bishop controls, but no. I mean, it's so. Now I don't understand what goes on. It's check and bishop to g7, and I don't see how black's gonna lose.
Bishop a2.
Bishop b2, check. King d6. Now you have to.
3-2.
You have to defend also. Yeah, and Giri for a second time actually he takes the queen. He already took it once, and then they agreed a draw. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I believe it was the last game of round number 8. Draw for Mamedyarov, so he is on 6.5. Swidler, Aronian both draw, I believe. So 4.5 for Swidler, Aronian.
Giri.
Let me check.
Giri is still on.
held for a draw, right?
yeah.
So it was Nepo who could theoretically catch. Mamedyarov, sorry. So it's three-way tie for a second. 6.5 Mamedyarov, 4.5 Aronian, Swidler, and Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah.
Those most likely to have one extra white. I still don't know. And Kramnik and Giri are still hoping. And you would be really, really surprised. Vishy Anand is on clear last
place.
spot. Yeah, which is something unbelievable for Vishy, who is known, of course, to all of us to be a superb blitz player. Something goes wrong for him. Not that the field is.
Yeah.
The field is obviously very strong.
Yeah, and kudos to Lichao for
Yeah.
for not giving.
Shaping up.
Yeah.
That's it was terrible start, of course.
For
but
not
then
giving up. Yeah.
was a terrible start, but yeah. So Anand has one more black for sure. And has one more black for sure. Swidler.
I just can't realize, is Mamedyarov on +4 or +5? I just
Look, he had
I'm,
6 out of 7, which makes +5. He made it.
yeah,
so he's
yeah,
still on +5.
right?
So you mean he deserves.
So all those guys in the tie are on +1. I just wondered if they are on 50%. Yeah, but that would be really funny. But they're not.
Yeah. So 8 rounds
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah. So they are on +1. Yeah, that's
3
right.
players on +1. Aronian, Swidler, Nepomniachtchi. Far ahead on +5 is Mamedyarov. Vishy is on minus a lot. Actually, what's this? -4
Yeah.
for Vishy. And he's black against Peter Swidler. Mamedyarov is black against whom Mamedyarov is playing? So last round, Giri with Tomaszewski. Mamedyarov is black
No,
against
Vishy is actually on
Lichao.
-3, I believe. But okay, doesn't matter.
Swidler versus Anand.
Anand?
Aronian black against Gelfand. And Nepomniachtchi versus Kramnik. I believe Nepomniachtchi versus Kramnik will be very interesting. Because, yeah, well, when you play Kramnik, normally you don't have the opening, I mean, with white, right? Well, if he
But
wants,
not
he can
on-
make. But
not on Blitz, I believe.
not in
Yeah,
Blitz,
exactly.
yes. And knowing how tricky Jan can be,
Yeah.
I mean, that might be very.
Yeah, I don't think he really needs an opening in Blitz. And
just play 10 random moves and then
Yeah.
see what happens. Yeah.
exactly. So what else do we have in the last round?
Draw, right?
Yeah.
So it was Nepo who could theoretically catch. Mamedyarov, sorry. So it's three-way tie for a second. 6.5 Mamedyarov, 4.5 Aronian, Swidler, and Nepomniachtchi.
Yeah.
Those most likely to have one extra white. I still don't know. And Kramnik and Giri are still hoping. And you would be really, really surprised. Vishy Anand is on clear last
place,
spot. Yeah,
yeah.
which is something unbelievable for Vishy, who is known, of course, to all of us to be a superb blitz player. Something goes wrong for him. Not that the field is obviously very strong.
Yeah, and kudos to Lichao for
Yeah.
for not giving
Shaping up. That's it was terrible start, of course.
for
but
not
then
giving up. Yeah,
was a terrible start, but yeah. So Anand has one more black for sure. And has one more black for sure. Swidler.
I just can't realize, is Mamedov on +4 or +5? I just
Look, he had
I'm,
6 out of 7, which makes +5. He made it.
yeah,
so he's
yeah,
still on +5.
right?
So you mean he deserves?
So all those guys in the tie are on +1. I just wondered if they are on 50%. Yeah, but that would be really funny. But they're not.
Yeah. So 8 rounds
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah. So they are on +1. Yeah, that's
3
right.
players on +1. Aronian, Swidler, Nepomniachtchi. Far ahead on +5 is Mamedov. Vishy is on minus a lot. Actually, what's this? -4 for Vishy. And he's black against Peter Swidler. Mamedov is black against... Who Mamedov is playing? So last round, Giri with Tomaszewski. Mamedov is black
No,
against
Vishy is actually on
Lichao.
-3, I believe. But okay, doesn't matter.
Swidler versus
Anand?
Aronian black against Gelfand. And Nepomniachtchi versus Kramnik. I believe Nepomniachtchi versus Kramnik will be very interesting. Because, yeah, well, when you play Kramnik, normally you don't have the opening, I mean, with white, right? Well, if he
But
wants,
not,
he can make... But
not
in
on Blitz, I believe.
not in
Yeah,
Blitz,
exactly.
yes. And knowing how tricky Jan can be,
Yeah.
I mean, that might be very...
Yeah, I don't think he really needs an opening in Blitz. I mean,
just play 10 random moves and then
Yeah.
see what happens, yeah.
exactly. So what else do we have in the last round?
Seems they kind of found a sort of repetitions.
Which doesn't
Yeah,
look
it does
very
look,
logical, but still, I mean,
it does look like a draw. So the tournament finished for Swidler, Aronian, for
Swidler and Anand.
Anand, Kramnik and Nepomniachtchi. So Swidler and Nepomniachtchi, they secured the extra white, so to speak.
And
Lichao
Mamedov is
for-
black here, yeah?
Mamedov,
We're shown the game between Lichao and Mamedov.
Lichao and Mamedov. Yeah, now it looks more or less. No, still Mamedov is better. Look,
Yeah,
Bishop
takes,
E2 takes. He
and
takes
Rook
the
D2. Yeah, with
Rook
Rook on
D2
D2.
taking
it's-
second rank, and F5 is a threat. Well, most likely a threat.
So White will probably have to play F5 himself, but
F5, yes, and now what to do?
even G5. can
G5,
be-
but I thought F6 might be not very pleasant. So he starts safely with King G7, and then
White is probably forced to take G6, yeah? Or what?
if he take King E2, now he can consider one of the
G5.
moves is G5.
But still F6 is not that bad, I mean.
King F6. So he decided to
Ace.
simply force this. Yeah, with Rook on second rank, actually normally you have a lot of possibilities to improve the position.
Yeah, but probably King G3 and F4, and then
King
White is...
G3, not King
You
E5.
can never play...
King E5,
yeah.
it's a nice way to blunder, in fact. King E5, Bishop D3 or F3, and then White is winning.
So what to do then?
King, I thought King G7 back, strangely enough, with the idea of F5,
yeah.
which might be obviously Bishop D1. How
Also,
about that?
also very natural
How
move.
about that? Bishop D1. C4
King
or
F4 works, I believe.
King F4. And if I take
King
C2,
E3. But Rook D1.
King E3,
yeah.
Rook D1.
Yeah.
Nice possibility.
Then Shahryar is much better.
Oh, I mean, King F4, and did he blunder? I mean, Shah will take it for sure.
Probably we did, no? But
Bishop takes.
so
King
far,
E3, Rook D1, and what?
so far I don't get why. Yeah.
Yeah,
But maybe F3 and King D2 in the final position. somehow to trap the bishop.
Wow, but it's really hard to believe. I mean, so f3, and it's like
King e5, king d2 and
king
f5.
d2.
Yeah.
Bishop c2. He
Yeah.
took. Okay, we shall see. He took.
Probably anyway, Lichao just didn't have a better move actually.
Rook d1, and now So his plan is to take on d1 and play f3, right?
I don't know.
f3, king e5.
Yes.
Yeah. So now.
And
what
now
happens?
king t2, f5, bishop c6, and even
Pawn takes, but with king on d4, I feel like black
Sure,
has to be
yeah.
winning.
yeah,
And black has to be winning.
yeah, I agree.
So anything else, white can h4, which is
Yeah,
well,
he switches for
tricky. f5, bishop d3, and now f4, where he will play and most probably have a good chance. Now I think black has to. Well, this is a bit surprising. I thought because now f4,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
f4 and bishop c2. Come on. I mean,
Yeah,
f4, king
yeah,
f2 is the
it's-
forced move.
It's pretty strange that
No, I mean, strange,
both guys are not playing
It's,
f4, but
yeah, it's a little bit confusing why you don't do this in.
no, but
in
actually
bishop
now
sending.
f4 and b4 probably gives white a decent chance.
And now once again f4 for black. I mean, if I want to do something, it's f4.
Yeah, but it used to be better because now king d2
Oh
probably.
wait, now f3 as well. I mean, because you can't take. I mean, a3, f4, and if king f2, then a3, and it's just done. It feels
Yeah.
like it's done completely. So if king d2, then yeah, king d2 is probably a must. King d2, and then
But it feels to
you
me
have
like-
to you have to calculate king f6. No, takes and bishop d5 or what? Bishop e4.
Yeah, but I mean,
this is something.
it's
Not a move you make in a couple of seconds.
yeah, pretty hard to believe, but probably it does work.
Yeah, it's really hard to.
Actually,
Yeah.
being black, I wouldn't be sure I'm not worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Now.
Yeah,
you,
now,
you can be sure. I mean, you can. Well, takes is another surprising move.
Bishop
now,
d5?
now it's now it's winning because takes pawn takes. Okay, just take b3. Yeah, now Shahryar is winning, so it's gonna be 7.5 out of 9.
yeah, that really impresses.
Well, will it be? Yeah, well, I mean, on bishop g6.
Let's wait.
yes.
Let's wait for this here
Yeah,
to say it
bishop
officially,
f5.
but so far it looks like
Bishop d7.
Yeah, but
yeah,
it
pulling
just
some
doesn't
tricks
matter.
out, but yeah, it won't help apparently. King f c5, but I mean at some point king f6 and king to g5
Yeah.
will be a technical way to.
yeah, but
to
still
win.
it's not that easy. Eh?
It might be not that easy. Look, king f6, okay, king f3, king g5, bishop c4. Right. Okay.
One, no, but he will lose on. Yeah, he managed. Okay.
Wow. I mean, this is something. Some check from h5 he's trying to give.
Yes, but then,
I mean, this is
then king e4.
check, king
And
e4,
king g4.
f3,
King g4.
h7, check.
Yeah, he managed.
Now,
yeah.
all right.
He
So
managed,
this is,
yeah.
so he's
And
got
king, yeah,
kind
and
of
king,
a better version
yeah,
compared
he's in time to get the king
to get the king to
d6,
d6.
yeah.
And, no, come on, now it's completely win. But that was amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
making this move on 1 second and almost dropping the piece down. So really deserves so laughing Shahryar. And we still have one game in progress. It's Gelfand versus Aronian. And does it decide anything? So Lichao is back to 3 points. Same 3 for Anand.
It does decide actually, I believe.
So Aronian versus Gelfand. Who's better and why? So
No, I mean
Aronian
Aronian is
pawn
winning
up.
actually.
Aronian is winning, so it will send Gelfand back. To
Yeah,
Aronian
just
is
over.
completely winning. So what has happened? Gelfand
So
has...
it feels to me like it was the last game of the tournament.
Yeah, so I'm checking. Draw. Yeah, we know 2 draws. So it's draw Swidler, Anand.
Yeah, Mamidyarov won against Lichao and Aronian won against
So
Gelfand.
can we kind of try to guess the pairing then? So it's Mamidyarov versus... No, we can't. We can't.
No, I mean
unless we have-
it's
All right.
not for chess players. It's for mathematicians, I believe.
So,
just-
dear chess friends, hope you enjoyed the Blitz tournament. It was the pairing, but we cannot announce the pairing. Come back tomorrow, 3 p.m. Moscow time. So, for the first round, Mamedyarov won this Blitz in a brilliant fashion.
yeah, I mean,
Second was Levon Aronian,
in
I
spirit
believe.
of Tal.
Yeah, well,
I
actually,
think we
let's
can
put it
say,
this
yeah,
way.
let's put it like this.
this
Yeah,
way.
in spirit of Tal.
So it was 7.5 out of 9 for Shahryar Mamedyarov. I believe 5.5 for Levon Aronian, 2 points less. Then, but I'm not sure. Swidler and Nepo share the
Both
The
on
third?
both on +1, I believe.
and
Giri joins.
Giri
on
joins on
+1.
+1. So
So
those are
those
five
five, yeah.
who are to play with white color. By the way, we can check. So it looks Mamedyarov will play Tomaszewski. Aronian will play Li Chao. This is what I have. I'm not sure if it's
most
Swidler will
probably.
play with Anand, Nepomniachtchi with Gelfand, and Giri with Kramnik. This is how it looks for us.
Yeah, and in few minutes.
In few minutes you can get
will check
the
if
official
we, if we are
confirmation
right.
there. So we end up with our broadcast for today. Tomorrow, as I said, 3 p.m. local Moscow time, we're going to start the broadcast of the first round. So I believe it will be more informative, less of emotions, more of a chess lines.
Probably, yeah, exactly.
Finally, yeah. So thanks for joining and come
See
back
you tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you very much.